It was funny. We were both guff. Oh,
All
he's going
right.
to start here. Sorry.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Salty Saturdays. I'm your host, or I guess your operator, Wild9. And we got 3 matches tonight. And with me to take us through all the action is Dr. Feach and Geranium Battle. How are you guys doing?
Doing amazing. I've got my favorite food. I've got my favorite co-casters. I've got some honestly stacked matches that are going to happen in a second.
I am doing well. I'm super excited to get to cast these matches. We got a wide variety of players and varying skill levels. It's going to be quite fun to see. We've got I believe we have only 2 different
Yes.
series, right? We have 2 legacy and a wild. So
Yeah.
that'll be fun.
We got speaking of varied opponents here, we've got Otto Button and Lemur, both 2-seed players in Legacy right now. It looks like we have the bans with Otto Button banning Lemur's Priest, and then Lemur banning Autobutton's Mage. That leaves Button with Druid, Rogue, Warlock, and Lemur with Druid, Mage, Rogue.
Yeah, neither player banning Rogue, which tells me that they're building decks specifically to beat the Rogue. Then they're going to leave it up.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing is whether
or
Button
they have some other
respects
strategy. I
the Rogue.
suppose.
Yeah. Whether it's respecting the Rogue or seeing the Rogue kind of even out on win percentage here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very hard deck to play. You're not going to high roll with it every game, and maybe just not respecting it to that extent, leaving it up.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely, definitely gonna see what decks they kind of bring. We have obviously no mage and no priest, so I'm supposing that this druid, because ramp druid is not too bad for either player here. I would be surprised to see anything else. The warlocks are going to be interesting. The warlock from Auto Button is also going to be a point of interest to look at. The players have been given the go ahead, so we will
It's
see.
a big question of what Warlock is going to be. I know very recently the Curse Imp lock has been
Has been
shooting up.
popularized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
rather than the original Warlock. Sorry, the original Implock and even the Denathrius version of that, which nerfing location did hurt its viability.
Yeah. Right. Druid
So
from Auto Button. Mage from Lemur. Let's go. Did I get a
yeah,
bug?
this
I did
is
not.
this is hypothetically favored for Druid,
Yeah.
but
Oh, gosh.
yeah, it's honestly in practice and play, it feels pretty even a lot of the time because both of them go very long.
Oh, it feels like when I see double location in a mage hand, I'm just like I'm just so unhappy as the druid if I see two locations come down early. Because a big way that this matchup is won, depending on the deck list, this looks like it's skeleton mage, for sure. And it's even running that kind of top end with ruin of the archmage. These locations are going to get the skeletons rolling, and Deathborn and cards like that really make it difficult for the druid.
It's interesting. This is a Druid from the the end of last week, probably.
Probably. Wait,
Just
was it,
because
there
Flipper
was some.
Friends is not something that's commonly run anymore. But
Flipper Friends is a one of in. Isn't Flipper Friends a one of generally in Ramp Druid?
I have not seen it get played extremely recently.
I've
But
been running a one of, but this deck is different. They're running Knolls. I'm guessing this
there's
is an
lots of
alignment.
tech.
This seems like an alignment druid based on I see on my tracker there was a Malagos perhaps in the mulligan or something, or from a card generation. So I'm curious to see what this deck exactly is.
Yeah, here we're going to see the Sanctum come out. It's going to be Sanctum every single turn, just pumping out one skeleton. Nice to get the value. I mean, it's a lot of power for just 3 mana.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Okani is played. Let's see what Auto Button picks. Picks Spell.
Yeah, as we can see, a spell is not going to be played for a little bit unless he's going to test the waters with a flurry. And that flurry is a pretty low value thing to get Okami. So
yeah,
I would have rather seen Minion. Well, we'll see Amplified Snow Flurry try and test out this Okani, and now he knows its spell.
Yeah. Now he can decide whether he just wants to throw the flurry after he plays Frostweave Dungeoneer, whether he just ignores it and makes another skeleton, or not. Does draw the Blizzard, but we got a full board for the mage, and the druid does not have a whole lot in the hand.
Blizzard, not the 6 mana spell you want to be drawing.
No, it's
rather
not.
see Skeleton Maker.
True.
Meanwhile, this druid just starting to ramp up here. Doesn't have, I mean, other than this aquatic form, doesn't have a ton of value coming through. I mean, we're going to see the Scale of Onyxia come out next turn, most likely, and then maybe getting an Enrich going and drawing some cards, I assume.
Yeah, I would suppose that's the case. So I think the debate there was just whether to go for a hero power or whether to go for the Druid of the Reef. Druid of the Reef a little awkward on mana, so opting to go for the hero power. I think maybe I don't think it mattered either way because considering the fact that Okani could die, if the mage chooses, could just trade out their 3 or can just trade the skeleton first, see where it lands. If it lands on the Okani, then you can just clear it up nicely, and then you can play Cold Case. And Cold Case is a very, very good card for that, for keeping the skeletons coming and for progressing.
Honestly, there's a little bit of board problems. He has too much on his board.
Yeah. I agree, but he will still at least get the two. At least get the two skeletons there. This scale is going to be pretty nice. For Autobot, and he couldn't. I would opt to use the aquatic form here to see what I get. Miracle Growth is a great pickup,
and it's drawable too, just because he's gonna
Yeah.
scale with 8 mana here.
Yeah, for sure. Scale is still the card that he's gonna play. He could even opt to go with a Druid of the Reef first, but there is really nothing.
Yeah, Druid of the Reef now looking less and less valuable.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, like if you played it first in the scale, we may have had more stuff stick. But at this point, you just don't need to play the Druid of the Reef. You just can just pass your turn. Yep. We're gonna see him make a taunter, which is feeding more skeletons. You're just feeding opponents some skeletons and board space. Because
the one attack isn't gonna do much either.
Yeah. It's not the most optimal line to take here. But
next turn he's gonna be able to play the Miracle Growth, go exactly to 10, and then coin or do something out after. Yeah.
Coin
so that's probably why he played it.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's why he played it.
But I would have rather he played it first, done the 3 damage, and then left some boys behind.
Yeah, for sure. Right, coining it out. The Earthen Scales is now an 11/11 with a lot of health for this Druid. But so looking at it, we do have Rune of the Archmage available to be played, which can do some. We've seen some pretty ridiculous things coming out of Rune of the Archmage. I've seen every time I see Rune, I'm just like, all right, what big thing, what crazy thing is gonna happen here? And it usually involves stuff with like Shattering Blasts and Snap Freezes killing big minions like this 11/11. So we're gonna opt to.
And let's go.
We're throwing the mage. We're throwing the Archmage out. We're seeing what's in the mage box. Ignite.
It's interesting. Not going for a freeze before the possibility of Shattering Blast or.
Yeah, I agree with that. This minion is getting pretty low though.
Okay. Oh, Blizzard freeze comes out anyway.
Freeze. Yep, gonna remove a lot of the board here though. We're gonna force a lot of board removal here. It is a 5/2. There's still a 5/2 on the board.
We're just not summoning skeletons. Okay. I don't know about this.
I agree. I think skeletons are very important. There's the lady in a. There's a
lady in a Kandra.
Yeah. Because I thought the Null I think the Null kind of gave me a hint that it could be Alignment Druid, which Alignment Druid's a lot different than it was prior. Like, I think here you just gotta. Do you take the Alex here? Maybe. I mean, you're really looking for Guff on overall. I guess we're just gonna dump some of the hand and then play Planted Evidence. Pick up the. You want to take? I don't know. There's a case.
Scales is more life.
Scales is more life, but our life isn't really that big. Isn't in that big of a threat situation. So maybe we're looking at. But maybe you just want to pair it with the Earthen Scales, and you just want to pair it with a Miracle Growth again next turn. All right, so we're gonna see Capture Coldtooth Mine.
Gonna draw high, most likely.
Draw high. Gonna draw the Sire Denathrius.
Oh, it's just in time for Theotar.
Yeah. So luckily he has a ton of cards in hand.
Well, Lemur did see that his opponent is playing Null, so it's not a guarantee that it's a Denathrius drawn here, but
yes,
he did choose to draw high. Might see the Theotar just slam down. Actually, even Brand Theotar.
Yeah, Brand Theotar gives you chances to get a couple of things, and that means there's a better chance to take the Denathrius. I don't think the Denathrius is necessarily game-winning for the Druid, but it's definitely a step forward for the Mage.
And it's happening, yeah.
Yeah, I like this. You're gonna have a decent chance. Does not see it this time. Sees Scales, Friends, and Rich. Takes the draw. give back. You'd probably give a flurry here.
Or Blizzard, either way.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not
too.
as long as you're not, hoping that you're going to get some dragons hitting their face or
He
anything.
doesn't.
Oh,
He doesn't get it here
flurry
again,
right back.
but he's gonna take the Nourish. He's gonna probably give the Blizzard here. I would
Second
guess.
Blizzard. I mean, it's not
Okay,
very useful.
Deepwater Evoker. Okay, that's not bad. But Evoker does have the opportunity to give a lot of things here. This deck is so interesting. I will say, because I don't have I think it's alignment, but at the same time we're running like quite a lot of things that I guess I'm not used to seeing a loon in alignment. I think is was kind of throwing me off, but I might not have played the deck enough. So
Yeah, I mean,
anyways, 10 mana, got a lot to do potentially.
alignment definitely had to change
Yeah.
since there was the alignment change.
Yeah,
Anyone want to
there's
anyone
Guff.
want to tell Button that he can get 800 dust? I don't know.
I don't know, but I think he should just play this Guff here. Guff is good.
He's gonna have mana problems, so he needs to play like an Oracle first.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Needs to play something that's why he's just gonna summon 6 friends, which will pump up his Denathrius. Now that Theotar's gone, this Denathrius just has free reign to get buffed up.
Maybe there's a mute on the other side, but not.
Yeah, Mutanus is a possibility for sure. Maybe if we were gonna do this, I might have liked to see the Illuna after, but it does not hit the Illune. So if you put the Illune to 2, there's a chance it could just get cleared off by Blizzard. But
Okay.
Lemur's got a way to draw 3 cards as Mage, and he can do it any way he wants. He can play the regular Nourish and just take the choose one on the 3 cards, or he can play the Enrich. He opts for the Nourish, which is interesting, which means that his his Varden is going to be his Varden can be a very interesting thing because it's going to have Nature Spell on it too now. This Mage hero power has still been the same. Lemur has not used the hero power all game. It is still discounted and it will still freeze from turn 2 from Amplified Snow Flurry.
I do believe he is not running the
Wildfire. He's not running Mordresh or
the
anything.
A drop, Mordresh.
Yeah. Either that or he just hasn't drawn it, the Wildfire, but I don't think he's running it.
Values. Maybe he just thinks that there's some big minion that's going to come out for this druid, like a what is it, the Ibis?
Yeah, like an
Ibis later.
Yeah, for sure. But he does opt to use it there, and now Button will get to use Guff. And we'll draw an Innervate, which is quite solid.
And
planted.
Now next turn he's gonna have enough mana to brand an Denathrius. That's gonna be fun.
Indeed, yeah. He can.
It's not yet.
So his Denathrius is at 12. The Denathrius needs a little bit more juicing, but we're not in a bad position here at all. We're gonna draw the Wild Growth.
Okay. Choosing to dump some cards here for his Miracle Growth next turn.
Yep. Good call.
And yeah, I mean, this Mage sure does have a lot of card draw.
Here comes the Nourish, and it gives mana crystals.
The box.
Yeah. Lemur did not notice that. So he will draw, and now he's going to play his Finley to put his... Yeah, and these are definitely cards that you don't mind seeing on the bottom of your deck at this point. Solid Alibi may be something you would want in your hand, but I don't think it's like... I think as long as you can find like your other Ruin, yeah. So these are things that you want to see more of. Yeah. He wants to see the other Rune of the Archmage to play it. Yeah, so he's running the
running
Wildfire,
running Mordresh, sure.
Yeah, he's running. He's got a Reckless in hand, so
I swear, this time we're gonna actually copy the Rune with the parrot. Okay. I swear.
Yeah, he just has to hard play the other rune first.
Yeah.
So yeah. This is
Meanwhile,
so we hit
from
10-10 on the board. We're gonna get mana crystals.
Yep,
All
we're just
right.
gonna keep developing our minions, not using it with Oracle. So I guess Oracle is for some huge combo later.
Naga? Like, I guess we're just trying to make a bunch of something later. I guess. I'm not too. I don't think it's the end of
Yeah,
the
there
world
might
to not
be.
play it there, but maybe there's
So I
Naga
mean, there's
Giant. Like Naga Giant's
maybe,
clearly not in deck because Denathrius was drawn
maybe there's some
when he
Mr.
played.
Smites after the alignment
Yeah,
that we think is in here.
yeah. I don't know. This could just be a Kazakas and ramp deck, but that'd be very interesting if he's running a loon in this deck without really a whole lot of things to copy. And this ruin is casting a lot of funny cards. There's the wildfire to get the pings started. That's a spring water that was, I believe, discovered to the hand by. Oh, there's Raid Boss Onyxia. That's a real nice card.
Yeah, get the dragon started. Oh, there's another one. Okay.
Yeah, there's Malagos. Could take the Spell Weaver here. It's a good card to have for later on in the game. He's not finding his 8 mana card that makes him have 1. That makes all his things cost 1. That's good. Pretty good to eat that trigger as the druid. He could in theory just draw here. Yeah, go to 9 cards for next turn. Finds
Topior
Topier.
being a dragon. Oh.
Yeah, Topier. Shortgazor being a dragon. Good shout out. He could. This is a 17. This thing does deal 7 damage. It's Denathrius. So if we do see this board cleared, by Reckless.
Alternatively, yeah, Lemur has just drawn Denathrius of his own
himself. So. Yeah, so he doesn't really have a whole lot of ways to. He doesn't have a whole lot of ways to make minions to die.
This Reckless is definitely going to turn on Mordresh now.
Yeah, that's definitely something to consider with this. To think like, well, my Mordresh is getting instantly activated, which is always something good to have for later. He doesn't have to play it though. He could go for something like maybe like I think Cold Case is certainly a good card to play here regardless. Maybe there's some line where you just play your Varden, but looks like we're gonna maybe just go for this Refreshing Spring Water first and see how the draws go. See if we get 2 spells. 1 spell. No spell.
Okay.
So now,
if you do end up playing Reckless Apprentice, you will die. We see that, but you can't. So
yeah. So
played the Varden.
Good call to do that.
Okay, yeah, just gaining armor. He's got the kill in hand soon, so just sort of shoring up any possible way he would lose, just in case Denathrius was in hand this whole time.
Definitely.
Which we know it wasn't because he Murlocked it away. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's not many ways that Button is looking like he's going to lose from here with Denathrius, Bran coming soon.
Definitely, yeah. It's just a matter of can this, like, if Blizzard, well, the main one of the main issues is that he can't keep this board frozen forever because any damage dealt would kill off the whelps, which would create a scenario where you'll die pretty soon because all of them go towards Denathrius. Topier's just, I believe Topier's just like the best card to play there. You activate its effect now, and at this point, unfortunately, it's just not looking good for the mage, kind of in a long term sense, because we can see that the Denathrius is built up, and we know that the mage's Denathrius is not built up at all. So we're gonna see the parrot here to play. Box. What's in the box? Let's see.
What's in the box?
Yeah.
But yeah, this box could freeze the board without.
Oh no! It's Refreshing Spring Water because he played Yeah, so he overdraws. So
Oh.
Lemur has
Solid
full times with the
alibi.
parrot. Yeah, so Solid Alibi is good, and you do want to play that here. If
Wait,
he doesn't
what?
play Alibi,
Oh.
he loses.
Oh my god, I said the parrot would copy box. Oh my god,
Well,
Lemur.
Lemur played Springwater after,
Ah.
so he'll have to play Solid Alibi here to not die to Denathrius. He has to suspect something, and so you also just don't necessarily want to take 14 damage next turn.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't
He could
blame him
trade
to play
off the
Alibi
Varden.
here. Yeah, he could have traded the Varden. He went face with the Varden.
Okay. And now we're just gonna juice up Denathrius even more. Why
yeah,
not?
why not play the Scale of Onyxia? There's plenty of other things you can even. This will full clear the board.
Oh, easily full clear.
Yeah, it was an easy full clear. I think even just it wasn't maybe not quite a full clear with the whelps, but you can easily have played Flipper Friends there. Oof. Just for good measure, we're gonna Alexstrasza our face. We are now Malagos away from Kazakuzan being activated. There's Ivis drawn, so there's the Ivis that we were suspecting. That's the card that's gonna trigger with the balloon.
Yeah.
So could just go for that next turn, but likely I'd like to see him go for lethal if it's there. So we're gonna see Mordresh, and it's pretty solidly there now. 27 damage. Ignite being played.
Whoa.
It is the easiest Brandon Athreus, I believe, right? It's 51, and it's a 27. So Brandon Athreus is lethal by a lot. It's now 30 damage. So there we go.
Oh yeah, so much damage.
It's 9 over. Oh.
Okay, so
yeah.
Now we see that this is a bit of an extra large spooky mage on the side of Lemur.
Yes.
Probably going to see that just run right back. And so now what is Button going to do against that?
Yeah.
It is something that is pretty good into the rogue, if that's the miracle rogue. And
yeah, it does depend on the build. So if I didn't see any Vipers.
Honestly, Button might just accept a loss against this mage in the next game. Imp Lock is not very good into spooky mage specifically, and the miracle rogue has a much harder time with that version than with BSM. So
sure. I agree, but if there's no it's Death Rattle, it's Mine Rogue, which is actually very difficult. This is still very difficult. This can still be a bit difficult for Death Rattle Rogue to win. This is why that Button didn't ban the Rogue. It's because he's playing the Rogue deck that beats the Rogue decks.
Yeah,
so that makes sense, I guess. This mage is just so strong against this deck, anyways.
Man, that's weird. I mean, the only thing this Mine Rogue beats though is basically Rogue. So
yes, it doesn't. This deck is gonna lose almost everything else, and he's just gonna probably play it out until it gets to hit the Rogue.
So I guess this is going to be a 3-2. Either way, this ends up going.
Yeah, we'll I would say probably.
Just because if Lemur's having a bad time, he's gonna find this Mine Rogue on the other side.
Yeah.
Or if Button's having a bad time, it's because of this Mine Rogue on his side.
Yeah. There's the Shambler. You could play that out now if you want. Doesn't matter too much. But in a couple of turns, we're probably going to see Swift Scale, Trickster plus Smokescreen.
It's interesting because the Shadow Shambler, of course, getting some cards out of hand, getting some damage going. So that Smokescreen allows you to draw all 5 cards. But you've already got a lot of turn 4 plays. You don't need to add Burning Blade Acolyte to that list.
No. I agree. I think it's fine to not play that. Yeah, you definitely just played here on curve. And I don't think you worry about the Acolyte at all. Like his hand gets emptied enough with the 2 cards being emptied out to just draw all the cards. Night Cloak, Sanctum coming out here for Lemur. He's got got a pretty good hand. He does have Make Skeleton, which is a
And-
very good card.
I mean, the big question is, does he realize that it's a little bit too early to freeze? That turn 4 is usually the pop-off turn. Because if he spends his freeze now, then he's gonna have to come up with some other way to freeze. Whoa, playing Brand though. Okay. What if we're just gonna see? I mean, we're definitely not gonna see Counterfeit Blade. Yeah, so like Tooth of Nefarian and then Hero Power again or something.
Something
But
like
no.
that. But yeah, if he was gonna play the Tooth, he probably needed to just deal the damage in there now first. And let's see, do we get any Death Rattles? Full
Wow.
bricks. That is
Okay.
that is not good at all. What is the punish? There's really no punish that we can personally see. There's no punish. So the Brand was a little bit of an empty threat, but it is some tempo, honestly. I probably would have just preferred to see the location, but I guess the Brand to threaten something like a Theatar, would have been an interesting play. That I guess was the thought process behind his line.
I think Button's just very smart. He knew that his graveyard wasn't up for this one, so he made sure to save all his Death Rattles for the next one. Yeah, there it is.
There's the next one. So now we get to see Graveyard come out here.
Yeah, I
Oh, okay.
would have liked it, but
Yeah, this is fine.
I
as well.
understand. I understand. Just wanted to get some big tempo going out here. We do just see the
Yeah.
Necklace Anthem is just procced, so not
Mhm.
able to freeze the 5/8. We're gonna have to
Yeah.
probably see Coin Blizzard if we want to stop that, or we can just not respect it since we do have 36 health a lot. Though
Yeah.
over the next few turns, that health will very quickly go down with the Naval Mine, as we see in
Yeah.
hand.
I think the main thing is going to be what this Counterfeit Blade finds when it gets played, because I would guess that we're going to see the Snowfall come down when we want to kill the mine off. But really, until then, it's not maybe the best situation to put up a 50-50 for the mine, but also at the same time, obviously, you're also putting up a potential 2/5/8 taunts in the way as well, so don't blame.
I think what I'd want this turn is to Counterfeit Blade, just set that up. And then go with maybe like a Shatter Shambler alongside that. To then
Gotcha.
next turn 7, you play the Graveyard. That sets it up for turn 8. You just play Smokescreen, just rip it.
Gotcha. I can see that.
But the rest of your turn 7, you play Naval Mine and backstab it or something like that. And you also use the rest of your weapon. You get 2 5/8. Like turn 7's going to be great, and then turn 8 will also be very good. Follow up.
I can see that. So Shatter Shambler played. Yeah, see if we see the Counterfeit Blade like you wanted to see the Counter Blade. See if we see it. We do not. We've seen
Tooth. Okay. And playing Snowfall Graveyard here? Maybe. No, just passing the rest of that. Okay.
Okay, so there was something meant to happen there. I guess he missed the attack.
Yeah, I'm guessing. I mean, yeah, I missed the attack with the 2 damage weapon there. I just wanted to get as much value out of all of his weapons because playing Counterfeit Blade would have overridden it.
Yeah.
Maybe we were gonna see the Snowfall Graveyard get played. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel this is a very interesting. This situation gets a little bit more interesting, but I guess next turn you can even go just You can even just play Snowfall next turn if you wish, and you can. But it just depends on if you play Counterblade before you play Mine. If you're gonna take that, or I guess you go like Counterfeit Blade plus Snowfall on 7.
Yeah, that seems probably good.
Yeah.
But if he's gonna value his weapon again, I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
Wildfire now is active, so it's now 2 damage hero power. We do see Magister Dawn Grasp in 2 turns. We see Deathborn next turn. It's the mage is slowly building up a hand, but once the first Deathborn comes out and it makes skeletons, the other Deathborn becomes that much more strong.
Yeah. This Dawngrasp is currently going to play Wildfire plus Blizzard.
Yeah.
Which means we're already going to see, 4 damage hero
Oh,
powers coming out.
we're seeing preparation smoke
Okay.
screen. So
Well, that would have been
we
pretty
don't
good to
get
have played the
again.
graveyard
Again, I
last
think
game.
we full brick.
Okay. Okay.
There's Forsaken
Well, hey,
Lieutenant.
that's a pretty good reason to have kept mine in hand.
Yeah, I think you take a lieutenant and you don't care what you're milling, because you obviously have to. You obviously don't have anything else you can play.
Yep,
Okay.
Dawngrasp obviously happening.
Yeah.
So we're at 33 life on the mage side, now up to 38. That
Mhm.
means you got to get like 9 procs of
You gotta
mine.
get a ton of procs on the mine.
Yeah, this is
this.
or I guess actually you only need 8 because
Oh, that's-
weapon. You're gonna play the weapon here.
Yeah. So Sketchy does almost nothing unless he's running a general as well, which I
okay.
don't think he is. No, there's
Play your
mine. My apologies.
graveyard.
There's mine.
Yeah.
There's mine. Yeah. Okay. This counterfeit kind of needs to win a 50-50 and probably pick up the mine instead of the other one.
Okay. So hoping that that Sketchy will draw the mines that we Forsaken it. Okay, seems fine.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
Okay, we're also going to see Wicked Stabs doing 12 damage very soon as well.
Yeah,
there's
so
actually
that's
quite a lot of solid alibi going on from the other side.
definitely. That hero power does, I believe, 3 damage.
No,
So
it
it's
does
not
4.
Oh, it does 4. So that is an honorable kill, which means that now there's 6. Solid alibi coming in now. There's going to be 2 turns of solid alibi in a row, which
And 2 turns of graveyard. So oops
Yeah.
for auto button here. He needs to find the other graveyard because he's not going to get any damage done in these next few turns.
Yeah, he has. Fortunately for him, he does have the other graveyard in his deck. He's got 7 cards left in deck. So
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, this is an
We're-
interesting play considering that he knows his opponent is running like
Deathborn.
board clear removal. Not necessarily
Yeah.
Deathborn. He didn't even see that last game, but he has seen Blizzard multiple times.
But you have to guess, and you're putting another. If you're gonna play the Forsaken Lieutenant, and just keep it stealth, you should at least like not put up the other two that can get traded into by the skeleton, because then you're just taking a 50-50 to lose your minion. But here I'm guessing here we're just gonna see an attack. We're gonna see a hero power phase, and we're gonna see a Deathborn.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Except that does not play solid alibi, so that's not going to be it.
That is true. We're gonna see
alibi.
We're gonna see Deathborn and an alibi. You're right. He's just gonna play that. He's just gonna wait out the solid alibi here, or he's just gonna wait out the Snowfall Graveyard. Now we're gonna see Finley come out here.
Interesting. I don't agree with this. I mean, Deathborn.
Having
good.
the parrot. The parrot's actually like really good in this situation too. What do we find? We find a draw. We do at least find draw. Second mine, okay.
Yeah, second mine's a very bad draw because sketchy information now does absolutely nothing.
Yes. And we haven't drawn graveyard is the one draw next turn that saves auto button from taking a ton of damage over time without recourse. Like obviously now, because like this point, if he finds the card, he just Lemur's just dead. There's 12 damage of things coming in, and he's just dead. My apologies. That is a lethal. I did not see that. Double Reckless is just lethal. So
yeah.
All right, Rogue has lost to the Mage.
Rogue has lost to Solid Alibi. Not very surprising.
Yeah, Solid Alibi is very good against a deck that wants to pump damage in one turn, or in over multiple instances, where you're doing 4 damage, but you said you're doing 1.
Well, now with that information out there,
Yeah.
being that it's a mine rogue and not the normal rogue, I mean, I'm assuming Lemur has brought Quest Priest regardless.
Yeah,
But
that's my guess. It's Quest Priest.
yeah, and so we're going to see that Quest Priest now because he doesn't want to get the bad matchup of
Nah,
Miracle.
now he brought his rogue out.
Wait, okay.
Okay.
I did get debated by the Maestra. Oops. Okay,
Yeah.
so Lemur,
That's too funny.
yeah,
Lemur does
Lemur's
have a
got the
druid. Lemur does
Shroud
have a
already.
Lemur does have a druid. So this will be a
Yeah.
funny. This will be a fun wake up call for. This will be a fun thing for Button to kind of play with, deciding if it's a
Yeah.
druid or if it's a rogue.
I mean, you
There's-
know, I think it's time for Button to say this is your one mulligan where you've gotten it wrong, and please let's re-queue. You get one more, okay? One more mulligan, Lemur, to mess this up.
Mhm.
But yeah, Shroud coming out from Lemur's side is going to be very powerful.
Yeah.
Sinstone Graveyard already in hand. Almost got all the pieces flowing.
Yeah.
Just want
Yeah.
to see that Maestra avoid being drawn here.
Draws Draka. Draws Null. That's
Wow.
there's not that much to go on for comboing right now, but we're gonna build up to that in the next turn or two.
I agree with this. I agree with playing Null here. You do just want to pressure your opponent because your opponent's trying to like big
Yeah.
combo you. So you know if you
Yeah.
get some damage going on early, even if it means a smaller Draka
Mhm.
here.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
There's
Snowfall
sketchy.
Graveyard. We already have it, so yeah, sketchy does seem much better.
Sketchy is a good pick here. It will allow for Snowfall to. Well, I mean, you won't play it on the next turn very likely, but maybe you do. I don't know. I think
Yeah.
maybe you just want to start the mines. But perhaps, but I think the next draw will maybe clarify a little
So,
bit.
I mean, Button's got 17 damage from hand right now without the sketchy.
Yeah.
So, and that's on turn 4. We'll
Yeah.
see, like, sketchy's obviously got to see play in the next few turns here, but I don't know if it's going to
Mhm.
be immediate.
Yeah, you're right. Sinstone Graveyard very likely to come out here. Double Sinstone Graveyard for the rogue. We're gonna
My
Shadow
mistake.
Step this Null back. Gonna set up to try and make a big combo next turn.
Okay.
So
Instead of making some 4/4 ghosts, I mean, you know, no big tempo there. But it turns out that Button might just have
looks like we're
enough
gonna
damage to not
maybe go for
care.
the 4/4. We're gonna go for the 4/4s. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that is quite a bit of damage coming out. It's 11 damage on the following turn. Not quite going to set up lethal on board, but with Tooth and Nefarian and Hero Power in hand, it's actually lethal over 2 turns.
Yeah. But there is an opportunity here.
What?
Oh, we're gonna go for the Acolyte?
Okay, sure. Just saying that he wants to top up, saying that he's not going to get
Okay.
there in time. I actually thought he was going to get there in time, especially with prep drawn, but I don't know.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of damage miscalculation because it seemed like there was just with the prep there was just so much kind of
Yeah,
extra stuff to work with, right?
I think. Wait, I think he just missed lethal essentially because he had 19 damage from board plus hand, and then he also had sketchy, which brought it to 27, and then wicked stab for 31. So I
Yeah,
think he
I
had lethal
mean
turn 5.
potentially, yeah. Now we're gonna see. Now we're gonna see Lemur try and do some stuff here. Gonna pick up a serrated bone spike and a null or a backstab. It's interesting seeing the bone spike there. It's might be tempting to take it, but maybe the null is just the better pick. And I'm not 100% sure. I'll defer to you on that.
In this case, though, I mean, it's gonna be probably trading in the new Null and Tooth. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
still getting in face for 11 is pretty powerful. Although,
Agreed.
gonna be another 5/8 coming right on the backswing. So
Yeah, and
uh,
probably sketchy to go with it, which would make 2 5/8s instead of one.
yeah,
Um,
Graveyard, please play Graveyard. Oh my
yeah,
God, please play Graveyard. You might, okay. So he doesn't have lethal because he doesn't have the Lieutenant still,
yeah.
but this is a ton of damage.
Would you prep out the graveyard? Does that just not
Yeah.
matter?
Oh,
Okay.
I'm definitely prepping out the Graveyard here,
Because
but
you
I mean,
you have sketchy for, you can go like prep sketchy, but I'm not sure if that's correct. All right, so we're just gonna see seems like some very cautious play. It's not the end of the world. The double 5/8s is very difficult to get through.
yeah.
But we're still leaving up like some stuff.
I mean,
Um,
the problem. Okay, so the real problem is if he draws mine. Okay, so the reason I
yeah.
would have wanted to prep out both Sketchy and the Graveyard there is not only do I think you kind of don't have any more spells you really want to prep out
Yeah.
after this. You just have enough mana.
Yeah.
But also if you draw mine here, I
Mhm.
mean, you almost lose the game. It's that's
Mhm.
terrible. Uh, But here, these Sinstone graveyards are looking pretty small. The Draka's looking not that great.
Yeah.
Honestly,
This
Button might
rogue's in
just
a
get there.
Yeah, I think Button gets there just because there's so much in the way, and there's both nulls gone now almost. They're not gone because everyone's still on the board, but we're looking at like prep. We're like looking at prep, Wicked Stab, Draka for a small weapon, and we're just praying for Edwin. This now the plan here for Lemur is your plan is Edwin. If you don't draw Edwin, you're in a bad spot. Draw Edwin, you're not in that terrible of a spot, but you're still but we're still not in the best spot.
Okay.
Now we have to go.
So that's 24 damage or 25, I guess, with oh no,
Mhm.
it's lethal. Okay, yeah, just lethal. No,
Okay,
wait, you were
cool.
supposed to prep it. No. Okay, well, that's fine. We
Yeah,
will
because
get lethal next game or next
well,
turn.
I guess next turn, right? Doesn't
Yeah.
this thing disappear after this turn though?
Is
Isn't this the
it?
last turn of Snowfall?
No.
No, no. Okay,
There's
he played
one more
Snowfall.
turn
Okay,
after this.
never mind. He played Snowfall last
Yeah.
turn. We'll get there hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so interesting. We're holding the preparations. I guess it's like I want to play Smokescreen, but it doesn't. Like Smokescreen doesn't do anything at this point. Like it was just prepping the graveyard out was indeed lethal because there was
Well,
two
yeah.
backstabs.
So it was prepping out, yeah. So prepping out the sketchy information that turn 6 meant that he could have
Yeah,
played mine and second backstab.
yeah.
But
Fortunately, there is no backswing lethal the rogue from Lemur, so very
yeah, is
likely.
there any way to make it so this Tooth and Nefarian procs? Don't
No,
think so.
it's kind of, yeah, it's just
Well,
awkward. There's no two attack things, but we will just
yes.
see 9 damage go face.
Actually, yes, there was. If you wanted to hero power attack into the 5/8,
Oh
swing a
yeah, you
4,
hero
attacking the minion,
power it.
then is that
Yeah, but
uh that would have
the
been really weird. I don't think
yeah,
there was any out then. You would have had to get like
he
something
would have.
heals for 8. I don't know. Oh yeah, if you
Yeah.
got
Well, if you got
if you
Siphon Soul, could have Siphon Soul the minion, their
no
own
no
minion
no
to
no
go
no
for
no no
extra
no.
3.
You would have
Oh,
had to
okay.
specifically get the priest 1 mana heal to uh Holy Maki roll. That's what it is.
Oh,
Because
Paladin.
nothing else. Yeah, sorry, the paladin one. Because nothing else would have healed you enough to stop the counter lethal. Or sorry, the lethal on the backswing there.
Really?
Well, you would have taken 5 from attacking into the
Oh
minion
yeah,
in order to proc
yeah.
the tooth.
You're right. Duh.
So
I didn't consider that damage. A bit silly for me. Here comes the
Druid again.
actual druid. So now Auto Button will have to determine once again if it is a rogue or they just got druid again. And we do know that it is indeed a druid. It is an aggro druid on top of it.
Okay. I mean, definitely if you're going to be playing druid against what looks like just normal imp lock, you definitely want to be playing the aggro version.
Yeah. All right. Ooh, Imp King Rafam right off the bat. That's pretty solid. We
Okay.
got
We
the
don't
librarian.
see the big imp boards, so we don't see like
Yeah.
the summon 4/1 ones, but
Yeah, I think things can get a little, maybe it gets a little awkward kind of fast here. There is ways. I mean, they can. Lemur could just opt to clear this right here. There's
yeah,
Marker of
and
the
I think
Wild. There's, and if he doesn't
I think
care
this is going to
about
be a
it,
druid of the reef. Yeah.
we're hovering. Yeah, living roots to summon 2 minions and then in druid, or are we?
Yeah.
I was
That's
thinking, yeah,
my
druid of the reef is good for sure. I like that. Yeah. I was gonna
yeah,
say
so
you could just Mark of the Wild, but I don't think it matters. Good.
it's
2
it's a little
saplings.
bit iffy because now next turn we're not going to have something to go alongside our 2-drop or 2-cost
Yeah.
spells. But
Yeah.
I mean, we are pretty happy with the opponent having no board. So
Yes. Right, coining. Gotta go for the coin. Imp Gang boss here. Create the
I yeah, gonna get
which
answered
is
by Thorn Growth Sentries. Oh my god,
ye-
that's a very good draw. The Pride's Fury. Whoa.
yeah. Prize Fury is a great draw. So the soils, not the best.
I mean, I think we're just gonna see Peasant now because
Probably.
seeing that you can go Peasant plus the Thorn Growth, it's gonna be safe, and you're gonna
Yeah.
draw so many cards.
Yeah.
This is a gross Druid start.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the thorn. You have to thorn growth here to have your minions survive.
Well,
Unless you want to
you
use,
could do
mark. Unless you want to mark,
yeah,
you would play
mark
mark on like
on the
1/1.
Peasant and then trade
Oh,
in.
mark on the peasant. Yeah.
Yeah, trade in and then trade a 1/1 in for the imp. Yeah, okay. Just clear, just
Okay.
make it so board is clear every turn.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
This is gonna be a very, very quick game for the druid. I think there's not a whole lot going on here, unfortunately for the warlock. They drew the sea giant. Just unfortunately, probably never comes down because you're not gonna get enough imps from the side of warlock. We'll see double void walker here, just to stop some. Just to try and stop the bleeding of damage. But 3 draws this turn, and
Oh my god! And the Herald of Nature coming out soon too. Like
yeah,
this is
you just play Prize Fury isn't a nature spell, but you have like you have stuff to play. You have Thorn Growth for next turn to play with it. This is
yeah.
gonna get pretty far out of hand, pretty fast.
Go
With
Jerry
Prize
to draw
Fury,
the seeds, sow the soil.
I
Yeah.
suppose you can do that.
It's like I don't know, Maze Guide plus Jerry. I don't like Pride's Fury here that much. I mean, it
Mhm.
allows you to clear both these minions, I guess.
Yeah, I can understand your perspective on it. Honestly, Rafam not playable, but I guess we could trade the Wicked Shipment if you want, or because you're gonna have to do something. But it's just so
Okay.
much coming back towards.
Okay, trade Wicked Shipment, find Wicked Shipment. Trade Wicked Shipment, find Wicked Shipment. Trade Wicked
just
Shipment, play the Wicked Shipment for 4, and then draw
Yeah,
the other one
wow.
for 6 the next turn. I think we figured out how to win from this spot.
I
Just kidding.
guess,
It's
but at
not
this
even
this is
winning.
that's not winning at all. You're right, and this is just blown out of the water. This druid, I faced this druid on ladder, and I could do absolutely nothing. They perfect drew me. Like it felt like perfect draw from them. This hasn't been.
Oh,
Bartender just wow, bartender.
look at how cool that is.
Look at how cool the blow up animation is. That type of game happens. The warlock deck, it feels like Button's lists are just like a bit behind. Like besides the mine rogue deck, which is kind of what you see. But like seeing a different ramp variation, seeing the imp warlock, like a regular imp warlock versus a curse lock. But we do get the Warlock versus this is Rogue. I almost got baited.
Yeah,
But
no hunter submitted from Lemur.
yeah, I guess I don't think you keep Draka here. I think you just keep the
Wow.
tradable and you keep like tradable Sinstone and the card and the minion draw
I
Shroud.
think so. Versus Warlock, you want to fight for
True.
board with them.
Oh.
Yeah, I was probably gonna say no to Draka, but decides to keep it. Besides that,
Okay.
gives him higher consistency to draw things off of Shroud that he really wants to draw, like the Knolls. So
Yeah. Agreed. Right.
okay, second Shroud is pretty good. If
That
there's
is a
only
good
5
pickup.
minions and you already have one.
Yeah. So we're looking at like Maestra Edwin in both. Yeah, we're looking at
Oh, he's gonna
Maestra
coin it
Edwin.
out. That means 1 cost Knolls. Okay, sure.
I guess that's okay. I don't know.
Oh wait, no, he traded. Never mind. He traded the Blackwater Cutlass. Never mind. 0
Yes,
cost.
he did.
Easy.
0 cost Knolls.
And both of them. Jesus. Okay.
Cool.
Well, that is
Lemur's
Lemur
is definitely recognizing how you beat Implock in this matchup. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, he did not see any control options from his opponent last game. He correctly is assuming there just aren't any.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a Grimoire, but that's kind of Demonic Assault.
Demonic Assault. Yeah, this is the lineup this is the list that's run exclusively to beat other. This deck is catered to beat Warlocks. Like you beat other Implocks with this deck. And even
all
then,
I'm gonna say is Demonic Assault stops the opponent's Draka weapon from hitting face.
It does stop the opponent's Draka weapon from hitting face. I do agree with that. I do. That is definitely correct. All right, so here we're gonna see the Edwin and the Maestra drawn.
And then turn 4, we're gonna see the Edwin played.
Yes,
so...
I believe we are gonna see the Edwin played. Yeah, we're gonna ignore the imps completely.
Interesting. Interesting for sure.
Interesting.
Okay. Yeah. Seeing not much.
Are we gonna?
We're probably gonna play Demonic.
Yeah. We're playing Demonic. Okay. Go face. Okay.
And Slam Edwin.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, he doesn't have to Slam Edwin with 3 mana, with 4 mana, but I think he definitely should play it. No, I mean he doesn't have to play it like
Slam
second.
Edwin.
He doesn't have to play it second 1 is what I'm saying. He doesn't have to play Edwin second 1 of the turn. That's all. You definitely play Edwin. Man. He's playing a lot of. He's definitely.
What are you doing? No.
Oh wait, he's making
the Edwin.
Dude, he's making a Draka. He's making a Draka.
Yes. He's making a big Draka. He's making a big Draka.
Yeah.
He's gonna win the game anyways. He's gonna
big Draka.
I need to tell myself.
Yeah. 6/3 dagger coming in. That is gonna be difficult to block without the second thing being found. Shady Bartender found. That is not a. There is a taunt minion, but the taunt minion does get removed. So luckily, this just won't divert any extra damage. I mean, I guess you can be concerned with a Bartender next turn, starting to put pressure down. But you just clear one of the imps. You just clear both the imps with your minions. Actually, no. Sorry, he's just setting up 2 turn.
We're just killing him.
Wait, we're just killing him. I didn't see the top deck. I'm sorry, I didn't see the top deck. I am terrible. All right, is that
I think that's the series.
That's the series.
I think it was the series. I think
that's the series.
I wasn't paying attention because I was having too much fun.
All right, there we go. Yeah, we were told by Wild9 winner interview, Lemur has beaten Auto Button. The Warlock, the Implock, could not get a win, unfortunately, for Button.
Lemur would never win Game 5 by killing the opponent extremely early with Rogue versus Warlock.
Oh my gosh, I'm so. Oh, I casted that too. That was like, I watched it and I was just like, man, I can't imagine being Geranium right now. It's just like you can't do absolutely nothing against that. And it's coupled with the fact that there wasn't like a really strong draw. from the Warlock to put the pressure on with like a library and a fiendish circle, stuff like that. I see Lemur's been added to the call, just waiting for him to join.
Yeah, some pretty good highlights from this.
Mhm.
So, welcome
Hello,
back to
hello.
the winners interview here, Lemur.
Hey.
So I mean, great set played here. Did you expect Mine Rogue from Button?
No, I did not expect Mine Rogue. It's honestly, it's pretty smart, like. Well, actually, they had in the 4 seed, they had a Shark Rogue as well, so they seem to be trying to get the edge in the Rogue mirror. So
I feel
Oh,
like
crazy.
looking at your profile picture, why have you never brought Shark Rogue?
Uh, well, that's Shark Rogue is a great deck. It's actually the reason I dropped about 4,000 ranks this season. So yeah.
that would do
Hey,
it.
4002 seed Lemur, right here, and with that, with the Druid getting an early start on the match there, were you sweating, or did you think that mage of yours was going to find a win at some point, regardless?
Oh, the mage. Man, Grey Sage Parrot and I, by the way, I just
Yeah, we weren't going to talk about that. I thought.
I wasn't gonna bring
I
that up.
actually
I
have like
actually forgot.
I have hardly any experience with this deck actually. It was kind of like
Mhm.
it was a kind of a silly decision, honestly. That was definitely a mistake bringing that deck when I have no clue what I'm doing, but I was confident it was going to get the win at some point because I was mostly right about the decks it was going to bring. Imp Warlock to favorable. I expected Lambie Rogue, and then Ramtrude's not very favorable, but I think overall I was confident in it.
Okay, well, one thing I know that we can be confident in is you versus Warlocks in game fives. Is there
Man,
a? It seems like you sort of have Warlock down to beating Warlock down to a science too, with how you played
oh,
the Druid game right before that too.
uh,
Any
well,
any
if they don't have
tips?
board, they lose. So I mean, I obviously drew really well in those games, but I think that's a matchup I know what I'm doing. You just like make sure they can't make an 8/8 on turn 3, and they pretty much lose. So
Yeah, I think. I mean, Fish, I don't know if you have any questions, but otherwise, that wraps up my side of it here.
No, no
Is
question from my end. I enjoyed the ride. It was a good match to watch.
because we've got another match already gearing up after this.
oh yeah,
However, of course, Lemur, do you have any shout outs
Mhm.
you want to send out?
I mean again to my opponent for being a good sport, being a good player, and my teammates for helping me prepare.
No, yeah.
Simple is
Yeah.
as simple
And
does. Thank you very much.
to you guys for casting. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for showing up on stream here, Lemur. Another game 5 slobber knocker.
All right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's a theme. It's a theme. I hope maybe this will go all season. Be a nice,
Mhm. Oh yeah,
be more fun that way. All right.
definitely.
okay,
All right. Peace.
and we're
Alright.
going to get into see ya. Going to
Yeah.
get into the next match here, which is now a 5 seed match. It's going to be Eternal versus Guacamole.
Yeah, we got a brand new player to THL and Guacamole. First time on stream for the cooler going up against Eternal of A2 Cthulhu or of ET Cthulhu. So we've got extraterrestrials versus a box of ice that holds beverages or other things. But yeah, let's get into the classes. So from Eternal side, we have Druid, Hunter, Mage, and Priest. From Guacamole side, we have Druid, Hunter, Mage, and Warlock. And we do have the bans already. Eternal has banned the Hunter, and Guacamole has banned Druid. So we're
Hey,
left with Hunter Mage Priest versus Druid Mage Warlock.
yeah, gonna be interesting that since banning Druid, that might point towards maybe a less aggressive Warlock.
I
A little
think
bit
it also.
unsure from Guacamole's side.
Oh, I was
Just
gonna
because
say I was
it's
gonna say
such
it pointed to Quest Hunter as well, but that
yeah.
Hunter's gone.
Yeah, I mean,
So
maybe that's a very heads up ban from Eternal there.
yeah,
If I was just trying to get the Quest Hunter unhit, um, it's gone anyways. Uh,
yeah, right. I definitely think that the I'm not sure what this warlock's gonna be. I'm interested. I always get interested when you see a class that I've seen multiple variations of played, like either on streams or in THL matches. Warlock is one of those. I would suspect to see probably an imp block and might be the curse imp block. I don't know either. I don't know exactly what either of these players enjoy playing. So for deck lists,
I think I would
but we're
assume Curse Implock just because, Priest on the other side, Curse Implock does very well
it
against that.
does. Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
you're right. There's only
Mage,
one
it
more.
definitely does better against Mage than the original Implock. So
Yeah.
probably,
Curses are
yeah.
playing.
And then yeah, banning Druid. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see the much newer Curse Implock that did very well at the MT.
Yeah. Right. We're just waiting for eyeballs. Or sorry, we're waiting for them to get into game. There are no more eyeballs. Um. Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, Eternal's no stranger to stream, has played on stream many, many times before.
Yes.
And has been recently doing better, has been winning, getting to the winners interview. So, even though Guacamole has the PR benefit
Mhm.
over him and is 1-0 so far on the season, uh, this is definitely going to be a pretty tight match in my opinion.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. I'd be curious if this turns out to be a wig priest. Wonder how that. Wonder how that. I guess that would change the ban. Probably. Oh, friend request issue. Starting soon.
Never heard of that. Oh well.
Okay. Yeah. So this series overall, it started out 4-0. I'll check to see if there's any updates quickly. It's 4-0 with Lowbrow getting a sweep over Bremen. So quickly go check here. See if there's any other matches completed since we got it. There is none. So it is what we see. Okay.
Hey, uh, yeah, I mean, maybe a little bit of technical issues going on here, but
Yeah.
yeah, players are going to be setting up real quick. Ish, do you have any guess on what will be brought first? I know we saw Druid v Mage last time.
Yeah. Let's see. I think we're going to see Hunter from Eternal, and I think we're going to see perhaps the Warlock from Guacamole because Guacamole has a pretty good spread.
I mean, I don't know. I think maybe it might just be Mage from both sides at the beginning. I think the
Could be.
reason why we didn't see Mage on both sides last time was because Mage got banned on the
Yeah,
side of Button. So
you're right. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder. I'm curious how these plays. Oh, we do have spectate. So let's get into it.
okay. Eyeballs online.
Spectate selected. Mage versus Druid. There we go. Same start as last time.
Okay.
It's a big spell mage from Eternal. It is. I do not see Guacamole's hand yet. I will see once it flips around here. I'm guessing it's a ramp Druid.
Yeah. Oh, Denathrius in the start is actually very interesting.
Yeah,
But Belinda in the start from Eternal, so it's definitely going to be a speedy one here.
definitely.
Yeah. Mailbox 2. Okay.
Yeah, I might have preferred a far watch post.
Watch post.
But mailbox is also fine.
Watch post would have made the Raid Boss Onyxia 11 mana.
Yeah.
So, oh my god, celestial alignment choice.
That's an alignment. I don't think I would pick the alignment, but
no. Maybe Moonbeam, honestly,
maybe.
to just remove this, get a coin in hand, and then you can more easily do some sort of cool pop-off thing later.
Yeah, get the coin in your hand.
Like, it doesn't allow you to do mana for Nourish because you didn't draw the Nourish this turn. I don't know.
But here we go, watch post and a trade. Deepwater Evoke is a really nice pickup for Eternal. Will allow him to draw and get quite a lot of armor this turn.
Yeah, and then follow it up with Coin Belinda. The following turn is going to be very good. Ooh, yeah, making. Oh, okay. So this is also that same version that Button was running with the
with the one of Flipper.
Yeah.
I think that's I don't know. I will say I did just get it from a list. I did just take a list from Donkey when I was playing Druid. So maybe I found a incorrect list, but I don't know. Oh wait, that was a Herald of Nature hard run in the list from Moonlit Guidance. Interesting.
Okay. So I no longer know at all what Guacamole is doing. But I think I know what Eternal is going to be doing. And that is playing Barbaric Sorceress? No. It's I'm gonna save that for next turn, it looks like.
Yeah, there's so many potential bad hits. I think it's fine to do this. Does not hit a Drakefire Amulet, which is unfortunate, but like hitting the other Drakefire would have been quite good, obviously.
Yeah, it's okay though.
Guff picked up. There is coin if you want to dump. Because he'll be able to coin and thus be able to play hero power after Guacamole guffs. If he chose to do that anyways, and he does. I shouldn't assume the plays ahead of time. Draws Seedsman.
Okay, yep, coining out. Wonder if he's going to play the Innervate here for no value, essentially just to get it out of the way of Barbaric. It looks like not caring about that. And I wonder if we're just going to see Barbaric.
I guess so.
We saw Osmonaut do this.
Oh, okay. Well, it ended up hitting scale, so it's now just an 8-cost Drakefire, which is fine. You know, even discounting it 2 mana isn't the end of the world here.
No, I just mean the this is like what Osmonaut did.
Oz hitting the 0 mana swap. Yeah.
Well, it's Oz doing it with 2 bad hits in hand, and then hitting the good hit anyways. So
just
Eternal,
the baller one, just a big baller lines coming out from these players.
So easy. This game is so easy.
All right, so
okay, I mean, you know,
I suspect we'll see something like Blade Mat. Yeah, I guess you could go for Rune here. I was thinking you might want to. I thought maybe Okani, but I guess because
Okani's pretty good too. I mean,
Rune's fine. I think Rune's fine. We've already traded the minion off, so there's no real reason to play the Rune. So I don't necessarily like the Bran.
I also don't like the Bran.
Because the Bran Okani doesn't really do anything. I guess it just makes it so your opponent has to use a 0 mana card. Like, you know, there's no... Just because once the first thing gets triggered, does the other one stay?
The other one does stay. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay. So
there's individually one for minion and one for spell.
gotcha. Okay,
Um,
so
okay. Deciding
I
to spend the 1
s-
mana innervate, so leaves less
yeah.
options now.
Yeah, we're gonna.
And
Oh
then
no!
no, no,
No, he played
predictable.
He didn't know the Guacamole didn't know the interaction. It costs him the raid boss Onyxia. Oh
Yeah, and I think
man,
that
you
just
could
cost him the
do
game,
it
honestly.
did. It did. Now Drakefire Amulet comes through.
I mean, do you
I
not just have
mean, you
lethal
just
on board?
no. It's
Uh,
19 on board. You could have ripped.
oh,
I thought
okay.
about ripping Ruin, but oh, I think you take Caligos then maybe.
I mean, either way, like Hala or Caligos. Hala
Yeah,
technically represents more surefire lethal to follow up.
true.
Um,
Takes Caligos, but the next spell doesn't. But there is no 0 mana spell
yeah, because
because
the spell that was
of
cast, the
the
Drakefire,
Drakefire.
was the first spell.
Yeah, so this druid gonna fall. Looks like this druid might fall victim to the.
What the heck? There's a composting here?
Yeah, I don't
I
know. It's.
guess. I guess
I
with Flipper
mean,
Friends.
I don't like that ever because if you're summoning if you're summoning 6 little guys, you need to have such a small hand to not mill a bunch of, to not like mill at least
Yeah.
one card. So, yeah, the mage from Eternal able to roll through and get a win.
Okay. Well, we've got. Oh, actually, sorry, I remember the that Naga minion, the one that buffs your board. It actually works with the otters.
Oh,
Because
gotcha.
that's a nature spell. So that's the idea. That was like a very early thing
Oh,
in the
okay.
expansion. Okay, and maybe a slightly sus druid here, but the mage getting through for eternal means I kind of expect a mirror. Druid next.
Yeah, I could see it. Druid priest, and
Okay,
it is wig priest.
got it. So I mean, Wig Priest is favored. It's an aggressive deck. However,
Yeah,
it's not that favored. There's things
I
that the druid can do. Oh, I'm getting words in my ear from our beloved OP that I am wrong and there is no druid on Eternal's side.
yeah.
That's
It was either Hunter. Is either Hunter or the priest, and so the Naga priest was picked up. Good start here, having a wig in hand to
oh
start. And
okay.
wow,
I
okay,
mean,
this
draw
is an oh.
handmaiden.
I mean, just draw handmaiden.
Yeah, already have wig, draw handmaiden. I mean,
Yeah,
like I was thinking Volish was really good, and then you just find a better card,
yeah,
easy.
and Pelagos too.
Yeah,
The awkward part is gonna be is like maybe there isn't another maybe there isn't
activator. Yeah.
another not activator found, but it looks like
Well, I mean, Cathedral's pretty good to coin out the following turn, anyways. So.
yeah, definitely. So this is fine.
Yeah, I mean, like Smothering Starfish is gonna put in some work.
Yeah, and
But it's
but
not gonna put in much work. You're still gonna
yeah,
keep the 1/3 minion, and you're still gonna be able to keep wigging it.
for
Uh,
sure. So yeah, this is fine because there's no way to bring Wig back to hand. There's Bless.
and
Um,
no Nagas.
yeah, the lack of Nagas. There's it looked good to start, but once you don't like, I would have potentially kept the amalgam just for that purpose, or the Valish,
Okay.
right?
Okay. Well, I mean, here actually it's pretty easy to just go Coin Thrive plus Handmaiden. I was gonna go Coin Bless Handmaiden, but
Yeah, you're
um,
right. I don't like this Radiant because it doesn't allow you to play Handmaiden.
yeah, it's fine. It's a party.
And the main thing is, and the other thing about this, and I think you take Boon here like every day of the week, but I might be wrong. It might be Shadow Word Devour. Um, Boon's very good.
Your opponent's not playing a lot of minions. Okay. I mean, we're protecting our 2/3 is I
you
guess the
want to
idea
protect.
here.
I guess you're trying to protect the 2/3.
What? No, we're not
what?
protecting the 2/3. We're letting it die. Okay.
Yeah, I
We're
don't like
just-
this.
We're going ham on damage, and it's gonna get silenced.
Yeah, you really, really, really need the Radiant to live. And I
Oh,
guess
wow.
now we do. There is a Handmaiden.
Top deck Starfish for maximum BM. Understood.
Yeah, for sure, understood. But this Slither Spear is still allowed to live, which is obviously what's going to happen regardless. So now Handmaiden is playable, and I guess you want to rip that because you can then get the wig. Then you can then get the Serpent Wigs going again, and maybe we draw. Oh yeah, it's a Murkwetter Scribe. I think you go.
Yeah, I think you do. I think you do Wig Coin.
You go Wig
Murkwetter
Coin,
Scribe, and then
Murkwetter
Wig
Scribe,
again.
and then you get another one. He wasted
That's
a
okay.
Wig Proc, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I
could
don't
have
think
even
he's
gone Beleach this turn. It's
Yeah.
not that big of a deal.
All right, yeah, I think he's gonna do it anyways, right? Like, I guess that's just
okay. You have 1 mana back. Cool. What
Yeah,
about to have probably coined there just to, because then we could at least play yet another Naga.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh.
I think it's still gonna. I think it's still gonna work out. It'll still work out for Eternal.
Yeah, I mean, he has a 5/8. I don't think his
Yeah.
opponent's going to want to spend the other silence so soon.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we have a lot of Nagas in hand now to play. Unfortunately, I would have really loved to have the Radiant still available, because then all these Serpent Wigs are just so cheap. Like, and you're probably getting Pelagos at some point in that case.
Oh my god, just hit, dude. Just
hit,
get
dude.
Beleach.
Yeah, you take Priestess Velishir. You're playing a decent chunk of mana like every turn. You can use the coin. You can this is pretty good for sure. You want to play probably.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, like, if you wanted to coin something, I don't like
coin rotting in hand, but it's okay. We don't need it this game. What is happening? Yeah. Does he think that's a spell?
No, cathedral. Yeah, that's a common misconception that cathedrals are spells. Their locations are not considered spells, so they don't count towards like Beleach and stuff like that. It won't really matter, but it's not going to matter completely in because it's druids at 9 with not much going for them. That is a miracle growth in hand to put a taunt in the way, though. If you want to do that, I don't think I necessarily want to. I think that you're.
I mean, I wanted that because it's.
You're doing it that because you're also getting scales. So, we're getting a 9. We're getting a 9, an 8/8, and then 9 armor. So
close to these Naga Giants being playable. They'll be playable next turn, so it's fine.
For sure.
Okay, so now the question is, will this Samuro get Pelagos? And the answer is yes, probably.
It almost certainly needs to get Pelagos.
It's not,
just need to
quite work.
No, it doesn't. There's not the mana doesn't quite work, right? Well, unless you coin. No, you can't coin because you don't have a 0 cost wig. Yeah.
So that would be the last use of your wig, and it would kill the guy. It would kill the taunt.
So are we something?
Face.
We I mean, technically you don't have to. Technically, we can just put it on we could just put it on like Pelagos, and yeah, Handmaiden is active. I kind of want to coin Handmaiden here.
Yeah, Handmaiden sounds good.
Yeah, coining Handmaiden is just so good. It's so much draw, and it activates your Serpent Wig for next turn. You're not concerned about. You're just not concerned about taunts. You're not concerned about taking damage. You're at 28 health. It's a big. I think the Handmaiden just a case. I mean, if there was a case that we're gonna get our whole board cleared by, I guess you're scared of scales. I guess that's like the main thing. Our opponent has just played Denathrius, has just picked up Denathrius. There's Scale of Onyxia for Guacamole. He's gonna play the one. He can just play the one that he got off the top here if he really wants.
I mean, honestly, I think what's gonna happen is he's gonna play
Scale, trade once, and then
into
play
Herald. Yeah.
Oh no, he's just gonna.
Or Starfish is fine too. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, that's fine as well. Pelagos not being able
Would
to
have
do
liked to
anything.
scale first. Oh.
I agree, but
I guess it didn't matter. I think it would have been same health on the minion.
Yeah, I believe so. But we're gonna see both Naga Giants here, and there really isn't. Now the Pelagos is gone. There's no way for this priest to necessarily clear out, because these 8/8s aren't just silenceable. And now the Boone's just not gonna do enough. Really have to dig. Really have to dig and
You
just
can target your opponent's minions.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
So he can
most
make
likely not.
you can make an 8/8 pawn if you want. I really want to see just his Handmaiden because it's just so much draw, and you need to find your second Serpent Wig now.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen Handmaiden first because Samuro Bless is going to be.
Yeah.
But didn't find it. Find it soon, probably. Until then, we'll be taking a little bit of damage.
Need to really need to. I think trading the shard is really good here. But he's
okay.
Eternal is really prioritizing getting these the buffs in, when I don't think our opponent is gonna care about our minions quite as much anymore because they have 16 represented on the board. So I definitely think we're gonna see the 6 damage go face, as well as the 1. Fortunately,
no trade. Okay.
There's no lethal. Fortunately, there really isn't a lethal, so we are going to see some trades. Denathrius is going to come out here though to heal up. It does get rid of.
Wow, that's actually perfect for Guacamole.
It really is, and now this priest is just, pretty out of, like, you can make a 10/10. And then you can silence. I guess you want to silence if you can, but like, there's no Samuro. There's really not a great Samuro Bless. Bless isn't even, the second Bless isn't in hand. So we have to see. You have to see we have to see shard.
Try and find. What? No, I was hoping to find the Light It Burns. But
the Light It Burns. You're right. Yeah, Light It Burns would have been a good pickup for sure. Would have cleared off something.
Would have cleared off the Denathrius was the big thing.
Yeah, for sure. But didn't find
right it. Right now, Denathrius is both lethal and
healing.
Yeah, a huge amount of healing. So
yeah, so it's just.
I think I wanted to see Boone and then buff our Boone with the wigs.
I agree. Yeah. Now there's no way to get wig. He has to. Yeah, there's just nothing. This is just lethal represented for Guacamole. Timer is gonna run out, and yeah, got a big minion, but it just not enough. There's 28 represented on board. Guacamole recognizes it.
13 health too.
Yeah. So.
And with that, that's going to be a win for the Druid finally. So
yeah, so it's 1-1.
It's the players at Eternal Eternal Hunter and the Priest versus Guacamole's Mage Warlock.
Yeah. So, and we haven't seen either of the decks from Guacamole. Maybe we'll see if Eternal runs back his Priest. I think the Priest has a good matchup into the other 2 decks, so I would suspect we'd see it again. Like, it should be good into. I think no, because Mage is. Yeah, he banned Druid, so there is still Mage, and Mage is actually decent into Priest. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah. So I mean, depending on mage, it is better or worse. What? There's a Lady Nazjar in this?
Oh, okay. This is an
Okay.
older. Oh, this is Spooky Mage.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure if Nazjar's been taken out of the list. It was always kind of one of those you can play it if you
Okay.
want,
So
but you don't have to.
unrefined spooky mage is definitely not favored versus Naga Priest.
I
The
don't
BSM
know.
was because BSM usually also contained like freezes, and
Yes.
you would increase the cost of
Mhm.
the wig by using Barbara. So
Yeah, I mean,
think
for all we know, it could be like the proper list just with a Nazjar. Like
that's
we're
true.
we're really just like we have seen some interesting deck choices from Guacamole this game. This thing with the
Okay.
Druid being
Deathborn
very
here
kind of older.
too. Okay, and
Savara is
Commander
fine.
Savara. Okay, yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
Deathborn does point to it definitely being more of a spooky mage. It is. Yeah, Deathborn's definitely not going to do as well here. Well, hypothetically, it wouldn't do that well, except for the fact that Eternal is putting all of his buffs on one minion. So actually, Deathborn's going to summon like 5 or something from killing all the rest of the board.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, in this matchup against this deck with against any deck with Deathborn, like Duranian mentioned, you want to spread. Alluding to, you want to spread the buffs out. Essentially, I guess we're gonna
You wanna
wait
make-
to play the School Teacher on 4. I mean, the Cathedral's not bad at all. But it just felt a little slow. I might have just wanted to play. I would have
Amalgam.
wanted to play Amalgam plus Wig just to get it started. Essentially.
Yeah, I mean, we got double wig though, so we are
Yeah.
pretty happy about that.
Agreed. So I would
Okay,
suspect next time
and-
we're gonna. I would suspect for next turn, there we're gonna see maybe Amalgam both double Wig. That'd be pretty solid. Finleaf. So we're gonna see a Finley here.
Oh. Really hates Nazjar. Get away from my hand, Nazjar.
Yeah, I wonder what we're gonna see here. We see Shivering Sorceress. All right, so we got some good cards. These are good cards. This was a very good Finley. It turns out.
Oh yeah, and one of the decks only freezes, I'm guessing, with Varden Dawngrasp.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, you just play cold. You can just play Gold Case next turn, or here you can just clear off this 6/4 with a hero power. But I think Cold Case is fine. It depends on how much you. I mean, we're setting up to be able to clear a 6/4, but realistically, the 6/4 is going to be bigger next turn. There's no.
Seems we didn't want to play a free 2/2 there, I guess.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. It's a party.
Wait,
okay.
we attack first? Question mark. Okay,
Exclamation mark.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess we're gonna see what is the Noggling got? Deliverance? Yeah, you can just take the Finley and put it on your board. Pretty good.
A 3/3 Finley, sure, yeah.
Yeah. Take a 3/3 Finley and then just buff your Noggling. So, like technically, like you just wanna buff it against death. Essentially, is what you want to buff against. But like Geranium said, we are all in on buffing the one minion. Which we missed a decent chunk of damage this turn because we decided to attack right away.
I will say buffing
buffing.
the one minion is especially not going to do that well against Mage, because Mage usually has one big target freeze.
Agreed.
So okay, maybe Eternal's realizing it. I don't know.
No, I think he just realized that he attacked right away and he missed 4 damage.
That's also true.
But you're right. He could also be the other thing. We don't know. We are not these players. We are not. We are not playing this match. We are just commentating. But yeah, the Varden coming in here. There is no Blizzard or anything to really keep constant freezes on the board. So I would like to see something that plays up Treasure Guard. Maybe you just want to drop a Treasure Guard in here, and just really start buffing, instead of like spreading it out to the Treasure Guard and to your other things. Because these other minions don't get affected by Deathborn now, at least. And we did see one get put to the bottom of the deck, but obviously Eternal doesn't know that.
Did.
Oh,
both Deathborns are on bottom.
That's brutal, man. That's kind of how you have really good legs.
The weaker. Deathborn is the weaker of the two 6-mana spells. We want to see blizzards
Oh,
as
okay,
much as
yeah.
possible.
I suppose, yeah, because these minions are gonna get big. Let's see, what can we do here? I guess we go like you play second wig and then you coin out the treasure guard.
Yeah.
Because coining out the treasure guard gives you the buffs for next turn.
Sounds great. And
then
yeah,
you
Treasure
just
Guard-
hit
Treasure
the
Guard's a good
treasure
thing to
guard
buff,
with the Cathedral Atonement. Yeah.
Oh my god, Valish is here. No, don't. No. Okay.
No, you're supposed to hold the Valish for a pop off turn.
I guess this is the pop-off turn.
I suppose this is, but no, he was just hovering a bunch of things and didn't get because there's nothing with a Radiant Elemental. But Radiant Elemental's really good with Valish in this
Amplified
deck.
Snow Flurry. At least we split the buffs up now.
Yeah,
So
I
Amplified
agree.
Snow Flurry will only freeze one of the things.
Yes. We draw Deathborn.
Oh,
Ah,
it's back.
and it won't freeze the board, so it's not gonna be the most effective thing. Yeah, I would at least. I guess you still want to start chipping away at these minions with your skeletons, I suppose. Amplified Snow Flurry is also a good pickup. You can freeze the 8. You can freeze the 9, 10, 9, make it a 10-6 and a freezer. But I still think you want to start chipping away at this treasure guard here. Just make it so there's not as much health, and you can just slowly get it to whittle down to the point where Mordresh, which will be active very soon, is playable.
Yeah. I actually would have.
Or you can just clear it.
That's true.
Or you can just get the full clear.
Yeah,
So-
a little bit of some lucky hits there from Guacamole. I will say, I would have preferred to have seen the hero power not freezing. I guess the 10-6 maybe killing off the Sir Finley.
Oh yeah.
And then play Amplified Snow Flurry, because that means 0 mana hero power plus Mordresh next turn.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean, not taking 10 is very nice.
So I guess are we trying to figure out can we lethal? I'm guessing that's what we're trying to figure out here, and I think we can. This should just be lethal here.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you just do this and you have bless, and you can even wig if you need to because you're not playing anymore. You're not playing anymore. No, I don't.
No, we are anyways.
Don't play any. Just don't play any Nagas because you could just lethal with double wig plus bless. Oh, you gotta do your damage count. You gotta do your damage counting here. It should just
No.
be.
This is to help devour. This is purely to help devour.
Gosh.
Okay, you gonna see bless? Bless?
No, we're not gonna see
No.
bless. We're gonna
Okay,
not see bless. And we're gonna hope that. We are. Okay. No. Okay.
Bless.
Okay. I'm
This is
happy we
real
saw the
bless.
bless and not like something else because you have to get this 19 damage in now. It does survive Mordresh but it like essentially a saving grace would be running this deck running a Starfish, which I think it does run Starfish. But from here it's gonna be quite difficult, honestly, to win.
Yeah.
The minions are big. There's no freezes in hand. I assume I assume he's gonna. Oh, actually, no. They're safe for now. You just play. You Deathborn here.
Yep.
Yeah,
Deathborn and Flurry.
You get the Deathborn Flurry. And that should
Makes
keep
6 skeletons. Whew.
Yeah, and should keep things at bay for now. There is no.
I wonder
Chargers.
I probably want to see Radiant Elemental just like mega buffed with a Shadow Word Devour or something like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, we're gonna start seeing that. Okay, we'll see what this is. Deliverance. Probably just another Shower Devour, honestly. It'd be pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
No, play your Serpent Wigs. Oh well.
Yeah, don't waste your wig buffs. You want to go because you have.
We just want to execute this turn. We just want to make sure that the turn actually goes through, more so than each little small
Right.
interaction.
Oh man, just rip that shard. Yeah, perfect.
Now they are 2 health again, so we won't kill them, but that's okay.
It doesn't matter. They don't. Doesn't matter. They can't hurt us anymore.
Okay,
No,
well, I mean,
obviously I say this because now they don't have the death rattle. Is there enough damage though? Is this lethal? There is not enough damage. Mordresh cannot be played with a hero power. That is 10. They are 2 off lethal.
yeah,
So
and also,
I guess maybe it would have been better to just actually not rip the shard, because then they don't go to 2 health and they just die.
yeah, we can't find any freezes with the multicaster, so instead have to look for
Yeah.
Blizzard off the top.
No blizzard
Not
found.
gonna happen. Flurry? Gonna find a
Yeah,
flurry?
Flurry only. Yeah, you're right. Flurry, but it would have
Oh,
you would have to trade. They would be guaranteed trade in Flurry. If that happened.
yeah.
But as of now, there is no clear for any of the minions, so the priest does get through.
And no solid alibi either, if that
True,
was
no
run on the
solid
list.
alibi. Yep, you're right. No solid alibi. Yeah.
Okay, so that is a victory for the Naga priests from Eternal. That brings us to Eternal having to play Hunter, forced to. No choice. And then what is Guacamole bringing against that? I mean, I'd assume, okay. So, if this is the slow Warlock, then it's going to be bad into the Hunter. But if it's the fast Warlock, it's going to be great into the Hunter. So,
I'm guessing it's a fast warlock. It would
yeah,
behoove.
looks
It would.
like it.
It is. Oh yeah, this is the Nathrius version of the list too. It's running. This is the list I brought to Legacy last week.
Very interesting. Banned Druid, and then brought the Warlock that was really good in Druid.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I mean, maybe maybe the other decks just. I guess maybe you just should have banned it. I guess like obviously we don't know the what the teams, we don't know the preparation of these players. We're not in their servers.
I just hated playing against Druids who took 2 turns for every single one of theirs.
Yeah, I guess
Makes
so.
sense.
Yeah, probably see Arcane. I mean, you could see Barmnet or Arcane Shot. They're both fine. Just get just whittle down the hero. Whittle down on the quest.
There's definitely upside to Arcane Shot because it is an arcane spell for your multicaster. If
correct.
If we aren't going to find 1 mana worth of playtime in the next few turns.
Yeah, we should have Wild Spirits for this turn, which is a nature spell. So
Explosive Trap drawn 2. That's another proc on the multicaster.
I would rather see the Wild Spirits, though.
Yep,
personally.
So would I.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So almost got lucky. It's still fine. Then like you're gonna get guaranteed a bear or a stag, but getting bear and stag is kind of what you want here. But I guess it's not the end of the world. We're gonna see the impending catastrophe here to draw 3 cards. We are now at a 9-card hand for the warlock. Plenty of options here for Guacamole for the next turns.
But no big imps.
Okay, I guess we're gonna see. He's going all in to play
Hammers
these
that a
shipments.
mischievous imp aren't going to proc.
We are really playing these. We're really playing to stop things here, to get the imps out as fast as possible. If I'm Eternal, I am just trying to kill off as many imps as I can. On this turn, I am trading. I am using my hero power into freezing trap is it's okay. It's fine. But something like a Vile Library would be really punishing here. But fortunately, there is no Vile Library in hand. Yeah.
Okay.
We're trading off imp. This is I guess we're getting our Rafam almost completely infused, and we do get to play our mischievous imp. Which is good. This is good. Yeah, we're gonna get to see a fully.
Oh my god!
Full Furious Howl here to reload. Quite a nice draw.
Oh.
That's such a good draw. It will probably allow a 0-mana hero power this turn, depending on cards we see. And
Ooh,
No.
actually, it's maybe a bit better that it didn't because now the
Now you have
option is open
Tavish.
for Tavish 0-mana hero power.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll happen, but
I don't really like not trading off against 3/3 imps. Just for the fact that that if they just trade one imp in and they trigger the explosive, they have a Rafam for next turn that will start chunking damage. I know that the health disparity is very high.
by the way, obviously the explosive trap's going to trigger, so we won't be able to see 0-mana Tavish hero power.
Yeah, I mean there is a chance that it just does that they just don't attack for fear of triggering it.
I feel like they played.
But you get a fully
specifically to
infused.
do
But you
it.
get a their Rafam is infused,
Oh.
right?
Never mind. Maybe they. Okay.
No, they. Is this an infused Rafam? It isn't. It isn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, it's being
Yeah,
really
infused-
annoying. My tracker's being really annoying.
That's okay. It's not only an infused Rafam, it's also a partially infused Denathrius coming up here.
Yeah, I think we just need to start shipping everything face. I don't like this Tavish play if we're gonna have 0-mana hero power. I want to see. I want like Mark. Like if you wanted to go for the.
Opponent has 11 health, so and they would have 9, and then
they would die,
and then they'd be dead very quickly. But
because even if you just go like hero power face Furious Howl plus like Furious Howl, like they're still probably dead. Like make no mistake about it, this Warlock is probably just still getting pretty smorked down. But now this Rafam can start creating potential issues if there's no good answers. And this is a pretty scary board. But it's not lethal.
It's not lethal yet.
Very close.
We find Huffer.
Huffer is lethal. Huffer is lethal.
Yeah.
So we need to see a Huffer roll here for lethal.
We have quite a few turns to finally.
We do.
Honestly, you could just mark shot, and we'll probably just find lethal next turn. It's not like that big of a deal because we don't have counter pressure really from the opponent.
Yeah, it would be really interesting. It's kind of interesting to see it.
But also,
the changes in the game plan for Eternal throughout the course of the games. Throughout the course of the game, because. Sorry, I'm talking over you.
One Huffer for the boys, come on, baby.
I did want to see a Huffer for the boys as well. I think this is gonna start getting pretty big pretty fast. I think he's just supposed to slam the shady bartender. He did swing. He swung. I guess he kind of forgot that there was already a trigger, a thing that triggered, but he's very close to lethal here.
Yeah,
Huffer
wanted to make sure that it wasn't the freezing trap, and it wasn't.
True.
It is lethal for next turn.
Okay, mark shot. Okay, so we need Huffer for the boys, or we need mark shot to find something.
Yeah. Alternatively, could have done Tavish. Oh, Tavish would not have done 2 hero powers. Never mind. So mark shot, and then any damaging spell will do it.
There it is.
Shot is 1.
Aim shot will do it. There we go.
That brings the game home for Eternal.
The face plan worked against Warlock. Eternal takes the victory. And I believe that's a 3-1. Very fast played series. Much different. It's so interesting to see the various tempos that people play at for their games. Because the first match didn't go. The first match definitely there was a lot of thinking and a lot of thinking out plays and getting towards rope and stuff like that. But there wasn't that much of that in this series as a whole.
Hey, we're gonna get Eternal from E.T. Cthulhu in the call. Hey, Eternal.
Hello.
So, we saw just a wide array of different strategies from your opponent. Did you expect your druid to get banned there?
No, I actually didn't. I I didn't expect him to ban my druid. I guess he was I don't know what his preparation was going into the game, because I bet he was probably thinking I was gonna bring Ramp Druid, but actually I didn't actually bring it for this particular match. I brought Beast Druid. Beast Druid seems to be doing really well on ladder. I've been practicing it a bit. Actually, which is interesting because I didn't really practice much with the deck, but like with very little I've seen, it's like very snowbally, and if you can keep the board, and get buff up your minions, I felt like I would be fine. But I guess it didn't really. I guess my lack of practice with the deck didn't matter in this case because it was banned out.
Some free info for any future opponents. That was a Beast Druid.
Mhm.
So then, with the Druid band, with with your hunter being the quest hunter mage, mage of course being the big spell mage, and then priest being Naga priest. Which were you most confident on getting a win here?
I'd say I was the most confident on getting a win on Quest Hunter. Quest Hunter, it's not like how it was back then where you can play it like regular Quest Hunter, like in Stormwind, where you can you just sling spells at your opponent. I actually didn't expect to win the Imp Warlock matchup though, because Imp like like when if they get it full board of imps and they're able to power them up, it's probably devastating for the hunter, and it makes that 40 life cap like extra cushion. It may not matter as much. But for the most part, I felt pretty confident in my ability to pilot the quest hunter. Uh, if it ever came down to it.
Yeah, you say you weren't confident. You say that the imps get a full board. But when they got a full board finally, they were at 11 health.
Yes,
Was
they
there
were.
a was
And I
there a
was running
big
out of steam actually with my spells, to be honest. I like the way I approached it is like, okay, they're probably gonna try and aggro me as fast as possible, even though they know I have 40 health. I just have to do the same, try and race them, be aggressive with my spells, be proactive, and it came down to that one discover. It came down to me discovering aim shot and winning the set eventually. So it was not at all like the easiest matchup, in my opinion.
yeah, it's definitely an unfavored one for you. So finding the aggressive lines there brought you home.
Mhm.
And yeah, it looks like I'm gonna be bringing us home to the next match soon. But of course, you have any shout outs to give?
Shout out to my team for giving me some insight on what like matchups to look out for, and honestly like what is worth banning. I actually felt like I was in a deadlock when I looked at my matchup spread. It felt pretty uh even split across the board. Like I could ban like any class, and it would feel like I would still have a decent matchup spread with the decks that I brought to the match. So shout out to them for helping me out. Yeah.
Those players you could say are ET.
hmm ET, they're extraterrestrial beings, I suppose.
That's what, as Trito 2 would say. But thank you for joining us. And we're going to be heading on to Wild now.
Okay, see you there.
So with Wild, we've got Memnarch versus Gimme Lamp. Oh,
Oh, I have just gotten back. Seems I am in time.
yes, just in time. Memnarch versus Gimme Lamp. That's
right.
Gimme Lamp, the 1 seed from American Psycho Morbin versus Memnarch from Bathing My Dog in Water. A great image.
Yeah. Right. So classes, we've got let's see, looks like Druid, Hunter, Rogue, Warlock for Lamp. We've got Druid, Mage, Rogue, Druid, Mage, Priest, Rogue for Memnarch.
It's not just that. We see the exact
We see the exact amount of cards.
decks
Yeah.
here. And I believe, so how did Gimme Lamp describe his deck? So
This is a very interesting deck. So for what? For Hunter?
yeah,
For
he
the
described his
Highlander
as something
Hunter?
very weird. And it wasn't just Highlander Hunter. He said
Oh. Well, let's look because I'm also in the server.
said, why does it say Highlander Hunter instead of Highlander, Naga, Big Beast, Wild Seed, Secret, XL, Mech, Menagerie,
Oh,
Death
that's
Rattle,
what it is.
Platoon Hunter?
That's right. He said that in the thing. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting deck. It's got a lot of it's he just took a whole bunch of archetypes and slammed them together. You know, and it might work. His other decks are Dragon Druid, as well as a 40 card Dragon Druid deck, as well as Mecha'thun Warlock with Tome Tampering, and we've got a Pillager Rogue. So a decent a mix of two combo decks and a kind of a Highlander, greedy Highlander deck, I'd call it, and Druid, which is kind of like not really combo-y, but just control. I guess kind of control-y, kind of weird. I don't know how to describe Druid that well.
Well,
Druid,
Druid is gain mana. Druid is look very gain mana this expansion. Sphere
definitely.
of Sapience plus Twig of the World
Twig.
Tree, and then also Floop's Glorious Gloop alongside the Flipper Friends.
So this is a Mali Druid deck. I actually looked at it. It's a Mali Druid deck.
Yep.
And so we're running because of Malygos, we're running Forbiddenous Floop as well as Floop's Glorious Gloop. Because of the Malygos cards.
And of course, because of Malygos, we're also running Sire Denathrius.
Yes, of course. Yes.
And Memnarch, as you're saying.
Yeah, Memnarch has the same type of Druid list. It's also an XL Malygos Druid. We have Quest Mage. So your typical open the way gate mage deck. So toxic to play against in my opinion, but I am not the one. I should not be stating my opinions on decks necessarily on the cast. It's just a deck I'm not the biggest fan of. However, it's banned. So Gimme Lamp's Mecha'thun Lock is banned, and Memnarch's Quest Mage is banned. So for the other decks for Memnarch, we have Pillager Rogue as well, and we have a Highlander, a Reno XL Reno Thief Priest, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so the idea is you play Harvester of Envy, which is the new 3-mana 4/3. I know no one's ever seen this because it's never played in Standard.
You steal all the cards from your opponent.
Yeah, exactly. You identity theft their IP address, and then you play that and steal.
Yeah, it's a very interesting deck. It's so interesting for so long. For those who haven't kept up with Wild, the Reno decks up until Barons, past Barons, up until Stormwind were perfectly viable, and Reno Priest was one of the more annoying decks to play against. And it's so funny that all this time down the line again, we have it's not just it's not just 40 cards, it's not just Reno Priest, but it's also Shadow Priest, and it has the Thief as Thief. It's like essentially like kind of a bunch of archetypes slammed together, and it's really interesting, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
for sure.
It's pretty common in Wild to have, one player go, "Hey, want to just like both bring a Highlander deck?" And yeah, Wild players just have Highlander decks in their back pocket like this.
Yeah, I've done that. I've done Highlander. I've done Mega Highlander. But we are in the first game. It is Thief Rogue versus Pillager. This matchup, I think, is quite Pillager favored.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah,
because
Pillager
Pillager
is
just goes fast.
Pillager is a deck that wins the game on like turn 5 or 6. And
Yeah,
so
typically.
Pillager has actually sped up the entirety of Wild to match it. However, I will say Thief Priest can have some very explosive starts. And if they're able to steal either Pillager or steal, honestly, even just Cloak of Shadows, like they can do some pretty gross things. So
For
I will not
sure.
put them out of it.
Yeah, so getting this Blade Master Okani out is really good. It protects completely against it protects pretty much completely against playing stuff like Shark and Mailbox Dancer until the minion gets removed, and that now Memnar can just buff it in this now this Okani kind of actually stops almost the whole game from going essentially for this deck. The serrated, actually no, with the serrated Dirk, we do get to see it played, and we will get to see a Mailbox Dancer dropped as well. Yeah. No reason to play Shark here yet, because we don't have anything else to play with it to really pop off. It's probably going to be maybe if we draw correctly, we could see a turn 6 lethal here, maybe, but probably not. We don't really see many of the other minions that we want. Luckily, we have Mailbox Dancer, which gives coins, but I think Memnarch's going to take this coin and use it for his own benefit. It looks like for Theotar. Theotar here could decide the game. There's a Pillager and a Shark. It was insta-picked, and he's going to give over Reno Jackson, I would guess, because I don't think you're going to need Reno, and I don't think your opponent's ever going to get it activated before game's over.
Yep.
Took a Shark, and there it is.
And it's done. It's over. Yeah.
Instant concede. I don't know if there needed to be an instant concede, but it just was going to be a miserable matchup for the Rogue. If that had happened, I wasn't sure what the snap pick was, because it didn't repeat it. It was, but right during when it happened, I thought he could have just snap picked a Pillager, and that also would have done it. But
yeah, sometimes Pillager. I mean, if you pop off correctly enough, one Pillager can be enough.
But from 40,
Shadow Step in hand.
Yeah, you're right.
40.
Yeah.
Okay, and running it right back.
Yep. So we got Pillager against Druid. Okay.
This time, Guff is in hand, but not much else defensively. Honestly, keeping Malygos maybe for this Breath of Dreams.
I'm not a big fan of it.
Yeah.
He did it. Okay, so he really wants to ramp. I might not have been the biggest fan of it, but you know what? We're gonna get to go this into Seedsman, into Guff. This is
and
quite good.
Yeah, this is big ramp, and then he will die. Okay.
Yeah, this Pillager is gonna have a bit of a difficult time, but you can see this. You can see this. Yeah, those gonna have a difficult time. Like the 40 card decks are really tough for Pillager to navigate around as easily. I think we are gonna see some signs of life for things concerning drawing cards that we need to draw.
Oh my god! Yeah, okay. Never mind.
There's the Scab.
This Pillager Rogue could go off maybe even next turn.
Yeah, it can go off on turn. Yeah. It can go off on turn. It can go off on turn 5.
Foxy into Scabs is big for the deck. So it really depends on what we draw here. But yeah, I mean like, so Foxy into Scabs into Coin. No, that wouldn't be Coin. Sorry, Coin to 5 mana. Then Foxy, Scabs, play Shark, play Potion.
So essentially, what Lamp is doing here is just trying to get as many low cost cards as possible, because he's gonna, I guess, attempt to go off in 2 turns. I thought he could have set up for it last turn, but Branching Paths being found here will add a lot of armor. This is just going to be for double. Like, it's just going to be for double 6 armor.
Yeah.
It's going to require a combo of 56 damage, which is so difficult.
Okay. And just finding more cards here. So 7 cards put away. So we can only draw 2 here.
Yeah.
And that's 2.
Yeah. So we are going to get to see these cards. There,
Yeah,
it's
I
going to
think
be 10
actually
cards.
you might be able to do it turn 6.
Maybe.
Pandas look very
I'm not
good.
sure. I'm not sure exactly how this works. The potion of illusion is what makes this possible, essentially.
Yeah, Potion of Illusion plays Scabs again. This
Yeah.
time doubled by Shark is sort of the idea.
Yeah, for sure. Because we're gonna get to go Shark plus Foxy, and that makes a free Scabs. All right, we're gonna see if we can get it
Okay.
again. We found the Scabs
And
Cutter
took Scabs.
Butter, and
Immediately.
it's. You didn't
And I wonder if
concede.
we're going to see another immediate concede. Maybe not.
No, but it's funny because he's gonna. Memnarch's just gonna actually play the Scabs because it is that way. We're gonna see Ferocious Howl for more mana, and Theotar again. This time he doesn't find that.
Oh my god.
He takes his Potion of Illusion, and that
Make living
should do.
roots.
I think it'd be funny to give Onyxia, but I think you give Living Roots probably. The reason you give Onyxia is because your opponent's never getting to 10 mana before they're dead. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because you don't want to give little spells because it might come back to haunt you essentially. Because any little card you play can be added up to the total things. Theotar has been the real MVP of this for sure. I would like to see Lamp pick another deck because it's this THL and like, you gotta try and get the points. Like
He is trying to get the points. He just got the bad matchup. Okay.
yeah, but I'm saying after you lose twice, you gotta switch. So now we're gonna see the exact matchup we just saw backwards. It's gonna be.
So here's, I honestly, this
is funny.
We are supposed to have started this match at 9 p.m. Yeah. So with the delay, this match is almost over at 9 p.m.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, Wild is pretty fast when combo disruptors disrupt the combo. It's kind of just how the game goes, and that when that happens, it's just gonna end things super fast. That is such a double. That's like the double-edged sword of kind of the Wild format. Like this, it's gonna essentially be Memnarch hoping for no Theotar and just trying to draw as much as he needs to, the cards he needs to just get a massive turn. Meanwhile, Lamp, like we just saw, is going to obviously be looking for his Theotar, looking for ways to get mana.
Twig is mana.
And do that. And Twig is really good. No Guff currently active, so we won't be able to see any Twig Sphere to go up to 20 mana, which is always gross.
Yeah.
But
Twig Sphere to go up to 10. I mean, you might just do it with all the draw. So
yeah, for sure. But I like to see Aquatic form here. Gets the
Theotar.
Okay, so he'll just take. Okay, so he's gonna Aquatic. He's gonna fit his deck, pick the Theotar, and now he's gonna try and go looking for it.
Bully right back.
Finds a Pillager. Probably gives Poison Seeds.
It makes more sense.
But
yeah,
Memnarch
is actually a good combo piece.
Yeah, you don't want to give a combo piece. I think Memnarch can probably still do stuff, but but the amount of armor that's gonna come in is gonna be pretty gross.
Yeah. So not able to go off this turn, but honestly, I mean, almost every single combo piece is in hand right now. Just no add the 1-cost copies to your hand.
No Potion of Illusion.
That one.
Yeah. And we do have to remember that if this Druid wins, there's still the Pillager Rogue. And the Dirty Rat pulls Tenwu.
Tenwu's important, but not as important as Scab's Cutter Butter is.
No,
which we might see off the other Dirty Rat, so.
Yeah, he did not go for the other Dirty Rat. Opted to use a hero power instead. which does give a little bit of potential leeway for this rogue. But we're still gonna need to see some trades and some making spells cost less mana here. Door of Shadow's good. You get to draw another spell cycle through your deck. That's a sprint. I do remember that the deck has sprint in it. It's a one of
feel like-
copy. It's a one of thing in the deck, and
Yeah.
really dodging the shark completely. Quite good, considering the fact that the shark is considering that there's only one of shark in Memnarch. It probably in both players' lists. It's probably one shark. Yeah.
Oh, it's the last minion. Okay. And just coin cloak probably. Nope.
No, you want to save the coins. Potentially get them in. Potentially draw them with your swindle.
Windows. Okay.
Potentially, yeah, for
Makes sense.
sure. I haven't really seen the new version of Pillager Go, so it is going to be an experience. There's Shark getting hit, but that's actually really good for Memnarch. That's
Nope.
well, Poison Seed. So there we go. I think that's
it's over.
I do think that's a loss now because you can't double up things and kind of keep it going. But that's just how these matchups go between kind of like druidy, between like Mali Druid and this. But Memnarch can maybe just keep trying to whittle things down. He does have cloaks to survive.
It's not a high value cloak.
No, it's not. But I respect that he still wants to keep giving it a try. He might be able to see a line that I can't, which is why I'm not completely sold on him not being able to do it. Because we're gonna get to see. All right, we're gonna see a pop. We're gonna see some form of a pop off here. I'm not sure exactly what we're looking for. Probably potion.
My guess would be Pillager plus potion.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But really not doing much of anything. Potion of Illusion instead just on those two minions. I mean, you only have the one Pillager, so you kind of need to copy it too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Memnarch's gonna play this smartly and just try to use as much as he can here.
Okay, going in more.
Yeah, definitely. I think this is fine.
Oh.
Yeah, we're gonna do a whole bunch of stuff here.
Yeah,
and Memnarch ends up conceding. It was
not enough cards.
Yeah, not enough cards, not enough time, unfortunately. It wasn't like technically even with the first Pillager being stolen, it's still possible but the shark getting poison seeded broke the Campbell's back in the end. So it's now 2-1. Memnarch is still in the lead. He still only has to win with Pillager. And Lamp still has his Highlander Hunter in the works, as well as a mecha, as well as a his own Pillager. So I'm still kind of I'm not sure if this Hunter deck can beat Pillager.
Yeah, it does have Theotar.
It does have Theotar. Like essentially, any deck that runs Disruption has a chance to disrupt Pillager.
Yeah, it runs single Dirty Rat, it runs single Theotar, it runs single Mutinous. So it has the chances.
Yeah, for sure. But this in this rogue deck running Evasion, like if this Hunter does pull the win out, we're gonna have Game 5 be a Pillager mirror. But the way that these cards are being assembled, it looks like Memnarch might be able to do some stuff pretty early on here. He just needs more. He just needs a few more cards in hand, and that are a few more cheap cards in hand to be able to do this. Because he has his spike, he has his combo pieces. We see the Ursatron played. So good. So like, no, it's a solid start for the Hunter. He's got quite a decent hand. Maybe
Seems
looking
like
at
an
his Zephyrus.
early evasion, but
I think the early evasion is actually quite fine here. It prevents
yeah.
a lot. It prevents a decent chunk of damage considering the fact that
Trading it too?
yeah. I guess you don't want to keep the board keep the board as clear as possible. Only taking a little bit of damage here is fine. You don't like he's eliminating the damage overall because he's still going to take that eventually. It's just a matter of I think we're going for it here. All
Yep.
right, let's stop talking and just kind of watch this. I guess Foxy into Scabs, and we're going to go from here.
And of course, all these things are going to basically cost 0 forever.
Yep.
And yeah, so 5's on the first one, and then we just need to get to 15 on the second one, which I'm not sure we're gonna do, but Shadow Step, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
so we'll be able to do it
never
with
mind. We
Shadow Step.
most certainly have gotten it, just have to sequence.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I like this.
I think needed to Shadow Step before doing this, actually,
I'm not sure.
because
He got
now you're
8
not
and
going
8.
to get.
No, he's got it. He's got it.
Oh, the combo card will cost less. Yeah, never mind. Yeah. Okay. Foxy Fraud is okay.
There it is. 3-1. Memnarch wins the match. Right.
And with that, we have proven that Pillager can win a game.
There was like a lot of it is you either build if you're gonna suspect something like Pillager, and I suspect because like Rogue similarly to Standard right now, it's just pretty much a combo deck mostly. I mean, I suppose there is Pirate Rogue, but yeah, Memnarch is going to be joining in for our interview shortly. So let's see what words our winner has to say. Hello, Memnarch.
Yeah, I'm here.
Congratulations on the win.
So,
yeah.
Want to ask about. So, I mean, both of you guys brought some, very varied Highlander decks there. With the Thief Priest from you, with the. I'm not gonna do all the descriptors again. Hunter from Gimme Lamp. Was the Thief Priest bring from you a coordination between the two of you? You're both going to bring a Highlander deck, or was it actually Thief Priest is pretty good against Pillager Rogue?
Deck is just good.
Thief Priest is actually pretty good against Pillager.
Yeah.
Pillager has to be as fast as possible against that deck because you just run so much disruption. Like the Okani, as soon as when I played Okani for Minion, you would have to dump 3 spells into it to kill it, and that's roughly 20 something less damage. It just the numbers get really bad for the Pillager Rogue as soon as you hit 40 and they're forced to use the spells on minions.
Yep, and then the being able to identity theft for shrouds was something we didn't see you do, or even identity theft for evasions.
I was going to, but I just had such clean plays that I didn't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of. I was expecting some long drawn out Highlander mirrors. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I kind of was. I looked at the alliance and I said, I don't know how fast this is gonna go, and then here we are, 20-ish minutes later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because you had the disruption in game 1, the disruption in game 2, he had it in game 3, and then your Pillager was able to pop off against Hunter, so was able to get the job done against Hunter. So
that lethal line, like I knew I had it. I was just trying to go through the steps in my head because when you have I was super lucky. I hit Potion of Illusion, by the way, and top decked a coin. I would have had to wait another
Yeah.
turn if I didn't have coin.
Mhm.
But like I knew I could get off 3 pillagers, and that's almost always 50 damage ish. So
Yeah.
like I've played so much pillager, I just know what to do. Like the steps just go through my head. It's like
Mhm.
it's weird. Like I barely
Yeah.
think. I just do at this point.
Hmm. Yeah, and that's when that's something that's it's something that I wish I could be able to do on a deck like Pillager. It's someone the amount of games that you have to put in on the deck to do that is quite a lot. Um, but
Yeah, that
yeah,
lethal, the lethal I had, like I knew going into that turn I needed 7 mana to kill him.
Yeah.
And then I topped that coin. Like
yeah,
I don't think not very many people can just see that hand say like I have 30 damage at 6 mana. I don't think I actually had 30 damage at 6 mana. I think I had 25 ish. So I had the dagger up, I believe. Anyway, I would have had to wait. That's another reason why I waited. Like if he did not hit the dirty rat onto the shark the second time, like he did that the turn before I was going to kill him on the druid game.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah, he was slow balling that one there.
Yeah.
The second dirty rat. So I'm gonna ask maybe more of a high concept question here. I don't know if you've thought about it, but do you think that Pillager Rogue has forced Wild to become way faster than it was? Do you think that's a good thing?
Villager Rogue is actually like it was going that way. The combo decks were forcing all the aggro decks to basically be the only counters because of how fast they were.
Mhm.
But now at High Legend, the Renathal is actually giving you an edge against Pillager. The Pillager actually it's in a weird spot because it's either the best deck in the game or the worst. There's no middle ground there.
Yeah,
And
I can see that.
the like the Shadow Priest list I played was a more anti-control version. There's a more all-around anti everything or more middle of the ground, like not quite as good into control, but better into aggro version.
Gotcha.
And that is actually taking over ladder. That Reno Priest, the Reno Shadow Priest list, it is almost everywhere. Like it's actually absurd just how fast it popped up and just how just took over.
Yeah, because I don't know exactly how it started, but I know that NHL was testing it like very early on in the expansion, like when the deck was first found. I know he wasn't the person who
Mhm.
initially kind of thought of the deck, but he
Yeah.
did a lot of testing on it, and he's like this like I don't. He kept saying it's like I don't know if the list is that I don't know how good the list is, but I just keep winning.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
absurd. That priest
fir-
list, it's
Yeah,
like
First place I saw it was I think Dane Hearthstone. So like uh, it maybe even started as
ah,
like a content deck, but
no,
it's just good enough.
it's the first time I saw it was on the Chinese server. There's a
oh,
bunch of
okay,
Reno. It's the Harvester of Envy that pushed it over the top. By the way,
yes,
there's a bunch of Shadow Priest memers last expansion. Thought and then they. I'm not making this up, by the way.
I know,
And
I
then
know.
this expansion happened, and they're like, "Oh, cool Harvester! Oh, all these thief cards!" And they put it in the deck, and they just started winning, and like nothing
yeah.
could stop them. And they're like, I'm not like they just shot up, and apparently like half the 200 leaderboard in China became the Serena Shadow Priest list. And like Lovely Duke said, well, we might need intervention here. It looks like
Mm.
Beast Hunter's a counter.
Oh, okay.
And this was when Big Rogue was popping up too. Like Reno's Shadow Priest actually hard countered Big Rogues extremely hard
Yeah.
because it was a natural potion deck. And Big Rogue actually fell off super hard at High Legend as soon as the Reno Shadow Priest got figured out.
Hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, that I'm expecting like a near 100% bring for that Reno Priest deck in the future.
Yeah, it's gonna be very popular. Well,
Don't
thank
worry.
you. Oh yeah, I'll give the last if Journey has any more questions. I don't want to just wrap up on you.
Sure. I think we got like 40 more minutes until the next game, so keep asking.
There's no more
There-
match after
yeah,
this.
yeah,
Your
yeah.
last
Yeah,
match, but
Oh, really? All right.
yeah,
we,
you really speedy end there. I was just gonna say that there's not gonna be 100% bring rate in THL. Wink, wink.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, a
Yeah.
very high bring rate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
I-
mere 90%.
I I will say that like I looked at this deck. I was like, wait, Lucia? I was like, I have to. It's like, oh man, I don't even have a Lucia. I
Lucia
literally I
plus
crafted a
Harvest.
Lucia and Camellios for this deck. Like
Lucia and Harvester of Envy is
so
actually
good.
disgusting.
It's disgusing. I know.
Has that happened to you yet?
I've never done it. I haven't played that much of the deck. I've never played against it either. I've only played it. I don't know. I guess I guess I haven't played enough recently, and my MMR bracket tends to be a bit more aggro.
Like, you need to throw the coin on like before turn 6. Otherwise, the
Yeah.
Harvester or Lucia, they see your coin, they use it, and then they get
Yeah.
it again from your opponent's hand, and they use it. And then you just play. Like, I did this to a Druid.
Hmm.
Like, then you play as a biology project, and you get another biology project, and you play that, and then you can start playing their hand and getting their hand.
Yeah.
You think the original Lucia was bad? This is worse. This is so much
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah.
It actually buffed Lucia
But
and then gave us dust for it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I think I need to pull my ladder stats from the. I was playing a lot of the deck because I
Yeah.
wasn't, a believer. But then I went like
Sure.
75% over like 30
Wow.
games,
Mhm.
and now I'm a believer.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but I will say it is difficult. Like this type of deck is difficult to
Oh, yeah.
navigate. So like I'm not gonna like me personally. I struggle with it. I'm like I started off pretty rough, and it's just because I don't have I don't really know the ins and outs of when to do things. But if you can put time in and do that, and you're just really good at the game in general, like, and this deck will probably pay dividends for you, for sure. It's really cool to see something like this happen. Like a deck like this exists. Like obviously seeing a Reno deck again.
Mhm.
Like, is it super healthy? I don't know. I mean, Wild in general has not been a healthy format. Like,
Yeah.
like
It's actually-
balance, like balance versus health or whatever it's supposed to be. It's like how we talk about it. It's like balance versus something else that people always discuss. But anyways, balance versus health of game. Like, is it a healthy game? Is it a healthy meta, or is it a balance?
It's decision matters. Like in standard right now, it's hopefully your Theotar hits their win con, and hopefully their Theotar dodges yours. That's a lot of a lot of control mirrors end
I've
like
lost,
that.
I've lost. I've got my Denathrius stolen a few times.
Yeah,
it's not fun.
Actually, that happened in our match because
Yes.
my Theotar hit his Shark the first game.
Yeah.
Then my Theotar hit his Scabs the second game. Then his Theotar hit my Pillager. Yeah, we just destroyed each other's win cons.
Yeah, for sure. That was the full. That's. Yeah, I mentioned that before you joined, but it was just like win con after win con getting hit. Like that's just the nature of Theotar.
Yeah.
Like with this card existing, like disruption, it's a really interesting type of disruption, but it's also causes it can also cause some like very unhappy games for players.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, so I think it needs to exist. Well, I don't say it needs to exist, but something has to exist like that because combo is so rampant.
I agree. Yeah. Yes, and that was like the thought process in this expansion.
It's a problem. It's the same with Dirty Rat. In Wild, Dirty Rat used to be an anti-combo card, but it was really, really good at being an anti-control card. And it was just forced to be used as an anti-combo card because due to lack of options. Like Theotar feels the same way.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I guess
any shout outs you'd like to give here?
Me and Otters actually prepared this lineup because we brought a similar classes. I think we settled on a rogue, mage, priest list that was the same. Well, the priest list
Yeah.
was, but I switched out his druid for my Malagos druid.
Yeah.
We didn't want to do a whole same 140 again like last time. That would be cringe.
Yeah, because his list is just slightly different. It's not running the Malagos. It's just running the Spellweaver package. The
Yeah,
Spellweavers, yeah.
Let me bring it up because there's a significant difference in his.
Yeah, he's running Jade Blossom,
Yeah, it's
which
his
is
list
fine.
is-
That's a good
it's
card.
it's the composting scales list.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
It's composting scales. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so his win con is Denathrius. So his
Yes.
it's like Malagos except instead of having 2 win cons, there's one really good one.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, a lot of interesting decks going around in Wild.
Mhm.
And obviously, thank you for playing. I always enjoy watching I always will enjoy watching all you all. I enjoy watching Wild matches on stream and people wanting to play their Wild matches on stream.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's just the thing. Like we have casters who know the format, and we'll be more than happy to get you on stream and everything.
Yeah, I'll show you more.
Just, one final question for you, Memnarch. You on Discord, your name is all lowercase, and Otter's name is all lowercase, and Triple F's name is all lowercase. Would you ever consider getting a full team, all lowercase players?
I mean, first of all, Ogre would never agree to that because he likes to be different. So that's
True.
yeah, and actually, yeah, his and then Nops is a wild card. We don't know what he's doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he might agree, but then if it's funnier not to agree, he'd not agree. Like,
Mhm.
Dang it.
yeah, makes it very hard to predict what he's going to do next, which is really good in THL. Hard to counter.
Yeah. Also, apparently easy to remove messages though. So maybe a little
Yes.
maybe a little easy to counter.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
That's going
You're
to be
welcome.
the end
Thank
of our
you.
matches for today. And have a great night, Memnarch.
All right, you too.
Yes.
It's also going to mean the end of stream. So I'll say my final goodbyes. Have a good night, chat.
Yeah. Thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you to all the players for coming on, and thank you Wild9 for opting for us.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.
I hear you got a problem. Another round? Why do you... You are not prepared! You are not! This guy's toast. Leroy! Not prepared!
Goodbye.